Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. With me tonight, I have Stu Wally, and special guest is Andy Tate for this special edition Jarvis's Corner on Tactical Devils. Yes, and tonight I have prepared a show. I think we will talk a little bit about the latest Dalot interview, but we have more. We will talk about Højlund. We'll be sell Garnacho. We will talk about the FA Cup draw. If you haven't seen it, we will talk about it later. Rashford to Aston Villa, his debut, what happened, and we will speak about the next 5 games. And I have prepared a special segment for the show that's called Worst Signing in History of Man United, and you guys will be the decisive vote. And Stu and Andy will have their say into the show, but let's just jump right through it. But guys and girls, before we go on, remember to smash the like, subscribe, and all that jazz. You know, we just passed 500 subs, so we are applying to get monetized at the moment. I think we are on 520 subs at the moment. So if you haven't subscribe, and we will try to get monetized as soon as possible. You know, it's a process. It takes a little bit of time with YouTube, but hopefully we will be up and going in a couple of weeks' time. So let's just jump into the action. So, Stu, did you see the Dalot interview, or did you just read some of the quotes?
No, I actually had to do some work today, which is probably why I'm shattered. I mean, it's terrible. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's no good. I mean, crikey, I did an hour out to have a rest for 2. Crikey, I can't be doing that. So no, I've heard little bits and pieces about it. I've seen little bits and pieces on Twitter, but I've been otherwise engaged, as you well know, on the old medical side recently. So I've been there for most of the evening, sorting that side of it. So no. So, but as I say, I've read snippets, and the bits that I've seen look quite encouraging. But at the end of the day, talk is cheap. And anyone can talk. It's all about your performance on the pitch. And he's not quite delivering yet, Mr. Dalot, for us. Whether or not he likes the left side of wing back or not, get on with it. You're a Manchester United footballer. Get on with it and play. So I'll be interested to go through it and see what Andy's thoughts are and your thoughts. And go from there, really, pal.
Andy, how are you doing? We haven't spoken in a couple of weeks, but it's good to see you again. Did you see that interview with Dalot?
Yes, I did. He said, Link, I've just been watching it, sipping with a cup of tea, trying to stay warm. Still cold in the UK here. But
nice.
I've seen so many. Wow, you don't get many Man United players that are honest, but are also. He understands, but he doesn't want to give too much away. They tread the line. They tread the line. I mean, that was a controlled interview, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, it
was an invite to people in the stadium. But man, I would love the club to branch out into the fan channels, and like say we'll have a few, 1 or 2, do a channel each time, stuff like that. But it's a controlled environment, controlled questions, and you just have to accept it. Is everyone toes the line? You have to if you want to get if you want to keep your hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah,
it's a problem, isn't
it? I'm just retweeting because we are co-streaming to Twitter. So guys and girls, if you haven't, I would love for you to just I will post the link in the chat, and you hit that link and go into Twitter and just hit retweet, get it out there to more people, because we're an up and coming channel. I mean, we're trying our best to get noticed and to get more views out on the ether. So that will be fantastic. So I'm just publishing this, and I will bring you the link so you guys can retweet it. That's helpful. I want to go to the chat and just say hi to people tuning in, and we have Daniel coming in, Daniel Brain coming in and say, guys, we are financially ruined. Yes, I think we're struggling, and I think we can talk a little bit about it. What's your thoughts on Man United now struggling financially, and we have a broken millionaire coming in trying to save us, and Ineos, and they're not willing to inject any money into the club, it seems, and we're just trying to sell our way out of it and put the bill on the match going fans. I don't think it's a good idea, but what's your take since you're a season ticket holder and a match going fans?
Yeah, look, the issue is very, very simple. Economics is not a difficult subject. People make a massive thing about economics, but it isn't. And we can whinge and we can moan, and we do. Me and Andy, yourself, Jarvis, we moan about the 66 quid ticket hike, etc., etc., etc. On one hand, we moan about the stadium falling down on the other. We moan about bits of kit like this. People are saying, "Oh, I get mine from DHgate." Well, sorry to tell you guys, Man United still make money out of that, and so do Adidas. Otherwise, they would have absolutely sued the fuck out of DHgate. Adidas make a portion of it. So do Manchester United. It doesn't matter where you go. When it's licensed merchandise or merchandise, you have to pay. We are paying and paying and paying and paying and paying. And then we're all moaning. We're all moaning because we haven't got the signing we wanted. We're moaning because we haven't got the money to go out and spend, etc., etc., etc. But when you're paying morons like Rashford, 325 grand a week, Bruno, 350 a week, Casemiro, 350 a week, Sanchez, 400 a week. I could go on forever in terms of money. Ronaldo, when we bought him back, 500 a week. I could go on forever. You look at our wages over the last 10 years. We have thrown money away, just chucking money at footballers who think they deserve a king's ransom to kick a ball for Manchester United. You should be paying us to play for the greatest club on the planet, not the other way around. And we want all of these players. The fans are going crazy for all of these players. They won't touch somebody like, a Jared Bowen, or he's not sexy enough, or, they won't, an Asensio because he's not sexy enough and got the name and all that kind of stuff. But anyone who knows football knows that these are the types of players that you need to build a club around, and they'll take you forward. So, look, the issue with us being broke, and I've got to be honest, the whole Sir Jim Ratcliffe deal, I don't know whether, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, I don't know how much due diligence they've done on the club. I don't know how much of a cesspit he realised he was walking into, which astonishes me for a multi-billion man.
He knew. They knew. They looked at the books, mate. They looked at the books.
And they've come in, they've done all this cost cutting, and everybody again is up in arms. I don't know what you want as fans. I just don't know what you want as supporters anymore. The club is going to go bankrupt if they don't make these changes and don't make these measures. We need, whether you like it or not, the club needs you to spend money. They need you to go through the door and buy kit. They need you to go get through the door. They need season ticket holders like myself and Andy to sell our tickets back so they can sell them for more money. Everything that we are against right now, the club has to do, and we've got to get on board with it or move away from it. There is no middle ground anymore. It's either sink or swim with this club. It's that desperate. It's sink or swim now.
Yeah.
This stadium, it won't get funded through the club. It'll probably get funded through Ineos. It'll be a loan somewhere that we'll have to pay back through Ineos. There's loads of rumours swirling around now that Saudi Arabian consortium are looking at trying to bid for the club. Sheikh Jassim's supposed to be coming back into it. The club is such a basket case in global footballing terms, but also a basket case in Andy's league with Oldham at the moment in the National League. That we'd be a basket case there. We have just suffered from inadequacies of what you would call brilliant businessmen who maybe understand the language of the monetary side of it in terms of sponsorship, in terms of this, in terms of that. They haven't got a clue about it in terms of football. And so Barada, whoever it may be, they're just juggling this empty pot and they're just trying to find money from here, trying to find money from there, just to push it in. All these sales that we're doing, all this Rashford, all this, cutting salary and cutting salary and cutting salary. They don't give a fuck. Sancho doesn't give a fuck. Rashford doesn't care. Nobody cares. And then you've got fans saying, well, we should have kept McTominay. Why? Because he scored 15 goals in Italy. Why? We should have kept Fred because he's doing well out in Fenerbahce. We should have kept Martial because he's doing well out in Lyon or wherever he is. We should have kept Hannibal because he's doing out, quite well where he is. Players move on. Forget them. They're gone. They're done. Forget it. Don't worry about these players. So our issue of pain, and I said 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, Jarvis, when I said it's going to be 8 years before we see a Premier League title, I believe it's going to be 8 minimum now. We just aren't going to be able to claw this back. And it's like we talk about, if you let a player get 5 years in front of you, 5 yards in front of you, never claw that 5 yards back. You don't, and we're having this now with Liverpool and City and Arsenal and Villa and Newcastle. We're not going to claw these clubs back in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 5 years' time, however much we want to. And we all do. Come on, we're all fans. Me and Andy Jarvis, we were fans for fucking decades. Followed this club when it was absolutely woeful in the 70s for me, 80s for, 70s as well for Andy, 80s for Jarvis. We've been, it was terrible the late 70s, early 70s, early 80s. Even when Sir Alex came in to the mid 80s to late 80s, it was terrible football. The whole club was in a mess. But there was some kind of vision. There was a vision to be able to do it. And whether we like it or not, support, you've got the club decided to put the club on the stock exchange. And when you put it on the stock exchange, you're open to vultures. And then the Glazers swoop in, deal of a lifetime for them, because they are going to walk away eventually with billions. But right now, we're such an also-ran club. Even if there was this great player anymore, there is no Ronaldo, Messi anymore. Those are gone. Those players are gone. The day of that player is gone. But even if there was, Manchester United would be so far away from even talking to them, getting into the room, same room as these players.
Yeah.
When under Fergie, we would be going for Isak. We'd be going up to Newcastle, wouldn't we, Andy? You know this. We'd be going for Isak like that, like we did for Andy Cole. We'd be going for the best central defender.
Oh yeah, we'll be looking at United. Exactly. We'd be looking at Saka at Arsenal and all that.
We would, wouldn't we? We'd be going for Cunha, and we'd be getting these players if they want to come to Manchester United. We are so far down the pecking order. So we are broke. 100% we're broke, and I don't see a quick fix on this now.
No.
Whether Amorim, whether or not he can survive, and I hope he does, because we've got to draw a line somewhere on the manager and say, look, we can't keep moving managers out. We've got to draw a line on the manager somewhere. If he can survive, I think he's the only one realistically since Sir Alex that's got the wherewithal to push us through to the promised land again. But I'm sorry to say, guys, and please, disagree with me, that's fine. But I'm sorry to say, economics is very, very simple. It's red or black. And at the minute, we're so far in the fucking red, we're nowhere close to the black. And until we get somewhere close to the black, we break even. We start paying off the debt doesn't bother me, by the way, but we start paying off the transfers that we owe. We owe hundreds of millions on transfers.
I heard it's 300 or 350 million.
It's just over, which we still owe. Now, that's nothing new. There are clubs out there that are doing the same thing because you do it on installments now. I prefer the club, certainly under Sir Alex's days, where we were stumping up the money, or at least 70% of the money, and then paying the rest over a period of time. We're not doing that in a minute. We're just paying it over a 5-year period or whatever. So we've got to get in a way where we're doing something that claws this money back in.
Don't be surprised if clubs come knocking for their money and we end up in court with FIFA and all that. Don't be surprised in the next few years if we can't make them payments. Don't be surprised, and they will plead poverty. Feel sorry for the billionaire and his cronies? Nah, mate, no. Don't feel sorry for the higher elite who think we are insignificant. Believe me, don't feel sorry for them.
Yeah,
60 million interest payments on the debt per season. It's shocking, according to Rushmano. So 60 million.
The debt will be here forever, mate. The debt will be here after we've gone. After we're long dead and buried in the ground and up in the sky with our families. It'll still be here in 100 years' time, that debt.
Yeah, while you can service debt, I know it sounds weird. It doesn't matter. Most businesses carry some form of debt. They do it really for cash flow. So you hold this debt for cash flow. So you've got, some of the biggest firms in the world on the planet have a short-term and a long-term debt structure. Apple short-term is about 18, 19 billion, something like that. Their long-term debt structure is something like 100 billion. But for them, it doesn't matter. It's all about cash flow. Cash flow. Cash flow is king. As you well know, Jarvis, in any business.
Liquidity.
If you haven't got cash flow, liquidity, but cash flow in particular, then you've got a problem. You've got to keep your cash flow turning.
I've seen the Wolf of Wall Street. I know how it works.
Yeah, exactly. So look, it's a holding debt. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. So Jim, when he structured his deal, we all know he should have gone in with 2.5 billion and took 500 million, or put a straight 500 million into the football club. We know all of this. But they would have had to give away more. Their shareholding was only at 67%, wasn't it, or something like that, or is only at 67% at the moment. They're holding out for this magic 10 billion. They're holding out for the magic 10 billion, and they're hoping and praying that somebody from Saudi Arabia comes in and gives them the 10 billion, and then they.
Is this true? Away. Is this actually true? Reports and all that.
You get a load of shite swirling around, a lot of crap swirling around. But businesses like Manchester United don't come around that often, and when they come around, you always have to overpay if you want that golden brand, that golden egg.
This is what the owners will want. We want your money, but we ain't giving it up. You give us your money, and your investment is nothing. That's what it is.
Correct. They need our money, and I go back, and look, I get it. People say, "Oh, just buy this from here and buy that from there." The money's got to funnel into the club somewhere. It's got to funnel in. As supporters, we've just got to put up or shut up. Really. I don't like it. I hate being in it. It's fucking horrible. Yeah, absolutely
it's like a business. Our builders, we got a leaky roof, guys. We need you to come and fix it, but you to pay it, and we don't have to pay it. But we will benefit. You won't. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You can get into bed with us. You can get into bed with us and be part of the crew, but there'll be no activity under the bed covers, guys. It will be a still motion relationship.
We're going to take a hit on the Adidas deal, aren't we, next season? If we don't win the Europa League, we're going to take a hit on the Adidas deal.
Or if we don't get Europe.
Yeah, no, you're right. Champions League, yeah. I think we
I don't know. Have you got that confirmed too? Because the new Adidas deal is something different. We signed a new contract with them, so
yeah,
it's not every other 2 years. I think it's every other 3 years. It's something else, and we don't lose out all of it. It's just a percentage.
Yeah, we lose a percentage, whatever that may be. Yeah. So I think it's 90 million.
European football's a must next season, isn't it? In any form.
Yeah.
We've got to look at it. Everybody's got to look at it and make a decision, a personal decision on how you view it. unfortunately, and I don't think it's brilliant. I hate it, but the problem is United's in our blood. It's in our blood. It's been in my blood since I was 7 years old, 6 years old.
8, 9.
And it's not going to stop. It's not just going to drain away. It's in the blood, and we want the club to succeed. We
can't just give up and walk away because it's been a part of our family. We are a family. For the last, United's been part of my family for the last 40 years, and I'll be damned if I'm walking away. Go find another team. You just can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And look, so if we want to make it work, if the club wants to make it work, they've got to stop paying this extortionate salaries now. They've got to stop going for these players, and they're desperately trying to offload Casemiro still, aren't they? I don't know what transfer windows are open.
Yeah, the Brazilian, I heard this. The Brazilians got till October the 28th.
And they got till October, so they're trying to move Casemiro on, aren't they? Trying to get his salary off the books.
But that's the squad. All right, he's not the best now, but that's another squad off the books. But another member of your squad gone, and nothing to replace it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's, the club is in a mess. I think Sir Jim should come out and put it and say it how it is. I think he should just lay it on the ground and tell people, I'm sorry, this is what I walked into. This is what it is. And maybe people will have...
I don't think Jim Boyle said that because he said...
He won't
because he said, why should United not pay the same as Fulham in prices on tickets? That's why we've upped the price tickets. Are you out of touch because you are a billionaire? Oh.
No, but they are out of touch, Andy. You didn't know the price of milk. You do. You know the price of gas. He hasn't got a fucking clue. But you do.
Yeah, he can only stay in the country 70 times a year because he's a exile.
In Monaco, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. Another element that no one has mentioned is this. If we come in, let's say last season we came in 7th, that gave us about 24 million in prize money from the Premier League.
That's Newcastle, that way underneath.
But last season, 22. Right. But if we come in, let's say we come in 15th this year, it would only give us 10 million. So we would lose out.
To do that, we've got to break into the top 10 at least.
Yes.
Yeah,
so it does matter where we end up in the table, even though it doesn't give us Europe. It's a lot of money.
So if you finish 9th, you can get the same amount as basically last season.
But don't forget that there's the 90 million that you get for being a part of the Premier League that season as well. So it's 90 plus whatever it is, and that's why they say, United won 130 million in prize money because it was 100 or 90, whatever it was, plus your thing. But we're not getting Champions League money. We were getting 30, 40, 50 million a season, weren't we, from Champions League every fucking season. We're in the Champions League. We're getting 30, 40, 50 million. We were going deep in the Champions League as well every season. Quarter-final, semi-final, final. So we were earning that money. We've got to keep earning and earning and earning and earning and earning.
I mean, that's what I mean. Is if you got to win the Europa League this season, that's a ticket to an £80 million Champions League next season.
It is. We've got to be in that league. We have to be in that league. You
win Europa League, that's prize money as well. On top of that, that's about 10-15 million pounds to win Europa League.
About half, isn't it? Half of what it is.
The FA Cup as well is about 10 million, an additional 10 million.
I'm not quite sure what the FA Cup is. Not a lot, is it? But it's still money, and we need this money.
Like you finish top 10, do the same again as last season. Top 10, win a cup. You're just holding even, aren't you? You're not. The tank's not going any higher, but it's not going any lower.
No, and that's our problem. We're not gaining. So Jarvis made a point the other day. I think he did a fiscal analysis on salaries we'd save. And what did you work it out? We'd save something like...
We will save out, if we sell players this summer, about 68 million a year.
There you go.
Yearly in salaries.
So that's a lot, and that's getting rid of Sancho, that's getting rid of Rashford, Casemiro, Ericsson is on 200 grand a week. I mean, all these players are going to go, and they know they've got to put in. I mean, it looks like I think they'll do the Gyökeres deal at 58, maybe 60, and then we've got to pay his salary on top. So bringing in Heaven so early, bringing in Dorgu quite cheaply. That's a couple of areas that potentially he's looked to fill. He knows he's going to have to spend big though on another midfielder and a striker. So if we can get Gyökeres in, if that's the one he wants, for 58, 60 mil. I don't know if that's Euro on the line.
Or would you like to go cut price Harry Kane? I was reading that in the last 24 hours. You know, cut price Harry Kane.
For me, and I'll level with Andy.
80 striker again.
Yeah, I said this to Jarvis. What the fuck? Why weren't we in for Jarrod Bowen just as a Premier League quality proven striker in January? Yeah. He came back the other day after 8 weeks off. Did you see his goal?
Yeah, brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. Jarrod Bowen is
phenomenal goal. He's the lifeblood of West Ham. We should be looking at
your transfer deadline day the other week. You had Ferguson at Brighton.
Yeah, went to West Ham.
And United were heavily linked with him with Ten Hag.
Yeah, he went to West Ham on loan. He goes to West Ham on loan.
United couldn't even afford to even inquire.
We couldn't. The Mateus Tel deal. It was a stupid deal to do anyway. So I'm glad we didn't go anywhere near it. It was a daft deal. Tel.
He scored last night, didn't he?
Yeah,
if that's the start of what he's going to bail out Tottenham for this season,
I don't think he'll bail him out. But I know what you mean.
That's summit. We're going to look mugs.
But you know, he's come out apparently. He still wants to join United. You know, we was always his choice. He still wants to come, and it's all right wanting to come. But we've been bitten and burnt so many times, Andy. I want us to go Premier League proven now. We need Premier League proven for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. You have to go with people that know the fucking league. I mean, Dorgu looks like he'll be okay. I mean, his cameo was all right. I know he's only against Leicester, but it was okay. But you need people who can come in, who can play. Fucking Tonali from Newcastle, right? Just get a load of Tonali. He had 10 months off. We all know AC Milan got rid of him because they knew what was around the corner. That was obvious, right? Yeah. So he goes to Newcastle. He has 10 months off. He's now ripping it up in the fucking Premier League, that player. Him and Guimaraes are ripping it up with Joe Linton. Absolute brilliant player. You know, nothing flashy, just gets on with it. Rodri type of player. You know, and then you get Guimaraes, who can do the extravagant side. We are relying on Collier, bless him. And you're right, Andy. What a player I think we've got on our hands with Collier if we do it right. We've got Mainu. Mainu's lost now. All of a sudden he's lost. He had a brilliant cameo as a 10 in Steaua Bucharest. We tried the same against Leicester, different opposition, couldn't cope with it. Just got absolutely
stunk the place out. To be fair, they all stunk the place out. And that's just to be fairly critical. And if you can't take a fair criticism, then I'm sorry, man, you're in the wrong game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, me and Jarvis pointed out, and Didi taught him a lesson. You know, man versus boy. Bless him. Look, I think Mainu's a great player.
The same with Ireland. I've said this on Friday night. We want to make you a better player. We have to supply you, but you also need to pull I said this. You need to pull the finger out your ass.
Yes.
You need to start holding the ball up. You need to start passing the ball. You need to start knowing when to make the run into the channels and when the cross. Anticipate the cross going to the Garnacho or the winger's putting it across, and you're on the edge. You need to be on the edge if it's a tap-in. You need to zone out and look afar if you want to be a better player. And it's fair criticism.
These are, but why is he not looking at tapes of Edison Cavani? Just look at Cavani. Look at the way he moved in the box. I mean, fuck me, Andy. We got him at the wrong time of his career, and he was still brilliant.
Yeah,
even at that age.
he's got to be learning on that training ground now, and
I don't know why he's not.
Been picked up on in the last month or so, and fans are just getting a little bit naffed. Not angry, but a little bit naffed at it.
Me and Jarvis are having to say it's not a vendetta because it isn't. But we've been.
It isn't a vendetta. It's just an observation to make to point the finger and just say you need to be doing a bit more, lad.
Yeah.
Without having a going in on him and really upsetting him and affecting his state of play. You know,
if you want to wear that shirt though, Andy, and guys, we're mentioned the VAR room. You're probably around our age, early 40s, I hope. My age, me and Andy, 50 plus. You'll know that what we're talking about is just general basic football. It's nothing new. The way to play striker has been the same for years and years and years. That will never change. What we're looking at though, and we've seen it in the past, haven't we, guys? We've seen really good solid players can't handle the weight of the shirt. They can't handle the pressure of Manchester United. They can't handle it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so sad to see. And we're talking
Wiven Shaw by one release now. I'm freedom. He's playing George bleeding Michael. Freedom, whatever, mate. If you wasn't committed to put the effort in at Old Trafford, then all of a sudden you're doing it at Aston Villa. It shows what type of a player you are.
What about back in the day? What about Neil Webb? Immense for Forest. I mean, you're talking immense for Nottingham Forest. Just barely scratched the surface with us, did he? Just couldn't wear the shirt. Gary Birtles couldn't wear the shirt. We've had Danny Wallace couldn't quite wear the shirt. We've had some greats, Premier League greats, First Division greats come across to Old Trafford and wilt. Now, we can't rely on a youngster like Højlund. We needed that second striker, and we all know this. We all know that we needed, at that time, whether we like Harry Kane or not, we needed somebody like Harry Kane in there to help nurture this kid. And he is going to be a victim of circumstance at Old Trafford with our inability to foresee the problems that we all saw as fans. We didn't see it. We were talking about it, weren't we, Jarvis? I think even Andy, I think you're on with us tonight. We spoke about it. And I'm just using Harry Kane as an example. Now we're back in for him, as I've seen it. I have seen it, by the way. I've seen the story you're talking about. Well, we got him in the summer. Was it 58 mil? Did I read?
54, 58. We can have him. But what's the guarantee with the other lad from Lisbon? Was he good? You could blow your transfer budget and he can't cut it and he can't score.
You're right.
Harry Kane may be aging, but fair enough.
Right,
He'll put you in the top half of the league with his goals.
You're right, and that's the thing. Do you risk whatever transfer budget we got on Gyökeres, who 2 years ago was at Coventry and couldn't make it at Brighton? So Tony Bloom, who we all know what he's done, moves him on to Coventry. Coventry move him on to Brazil. Average, wasn't he? He was average at United.
Alan Brazil, I spent more time drinking than playing. Alan Brazil.
Brilliant for Ipswich. Absolutely. I mean, crikey, I was crying when we got beat 6-0 once. Gary Bailey saved 2 pens that day. Could have been 8. But Gyökeres could really, he could come in and not deliver.
Yeah, that's that.
You're right, Andy. I agree with you, mate.
I mean, if you got the chance, you got a 70 million budget. All right, we'll take, and he came for 54. That leaves us with 15 million, 16 million to get maybe 2 more players or another player in. That's 2 players. You could get.
You're guaranteed 20 goals, aren't you?
Yeah, you could get a midfielder and you get a striker for 70 million.
You guaranteed 20 goals with Kane. In my humble opinion,
you are guaranteed to have not a minus goal difference.
Yeah,
you are guaranteed that with Harry Kane.
We're talking about Harry Kane. Do you really think that he will suit this Amorim system? There's a big difference between Gyökeres and Harry Kane in how they play. Harry Kane likes to be involved. He likes to drop down. He likes to be the kind of a 9.5 playmaker kind of guy. Jokenes, he's just the guy who runs the diagonal, bullies the defenders. He's quick and he's a poacher. He knows how to score goals. So
great point. Great point. The
Do we
only
need
counter
Harry
I
Kane?
would put, the only counter I would put is that Harry Kane is Ruud van Nistelrooy-esque in his attitude. Not in his striking. But if I don't fucking but if I don't fucking score, this is Harry Kane speaking, I'm gonna fucking smack you up the wall, mate. Yeah. I'm gonna have you. You pass me the fucking ball because I'm gonna.
There's an hell of a difference.
That's what I think. Mentality. That's what I think.
There's an hell of a difference between Diogo and Harry Kane and the Portuguese league.
Look at that. He's on about the old French wizard there.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, what a player. What a player.
There's a hell of a difference between the Portuguese league, Portuguese league and the Premier League. Hell of a difference. The Portuguese league is on I would say, the same level as the Championship. That's Portugal for you. And you only get 3 or 4 teams. That's it.
It's a really good point that you make, though. I mean, they are chalk and cheese, aren't they, in players? But the thing with Harry Kane is he wants that goal all the time. He wants it. He wants
the golden boot.
He wants
the Premiership all-time scorer.
He does. Now, he's got to come back.
But here's the thing: he's got glass ankles. I've heard.
Andy, yes. I need you to do me a favor.
Oh.
Because at the moment, there's 122 people watching, 51 on YouTube, and we only have 29 likes.
Come on, Andy.
Can you imagine? So you have to tell them to like.
The video. Are you going to deal with me in the next 10, 15 minutes? Because I am full of a cold, and I am so steaming mad. I'm just so steaming mad. I'm still steaming mad with the performance from Friday. I said Man United's performance was an amalgamation of Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin, mould them together, and what have you got? Incompetent, inbred footballers who cannot perform and follow the orders of a manager. So you're going to get me getting naffed off in the next 10, 15 minutes if you don't like them. Like, share, and subscribe, people, please.
Yeah.
Yes, you heard it from Andy Tate.
That's massively interesting. And this is well, your analogy is right, but you posed the greatest question, in my opinion. Me and Jarvis, again, we've spoken about it, but you posed the question: why can an elite bunch of footballers not follow a fucking system? You cannot tell me since they started playing that they've not played at any time in their career in a 3-4-3. I just don't believe it.
He had an extra training session as well, didn't he? He made them train.
And so they should. And good old TalkSport today. Good old TalkSport. Oh, what do you make of all that kind of stuff? It's a publicity stunt. Oh, fuck off. Why can't they train?
Oh, do you know what? You know what, guys? Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory, who is the brainiest guy in fictional TV, could not coach these sets of morons. If he got into football, he could not coach these lots. Nobody could coach these lots.
No.
Yeah. They struggle.
It'd be like that on the door knocking. Harry.
Penny.
It's Penny. Has a fucking penny dropped with you, lot or what?
Okay, now I'm gonna have to tick myself. I've only got 4 fucking % here on this poll. What's going on?
What's going on the poll? Yes, the poll. Yes, we have a poll.
I've only got 4 fucking %. Come on, give me more. Fucking Jarvis has got 74. I've got 4.
Wow. Yes, thank you, guys and girls. I want to go into the Dalot interview. We had a good chat now, and I haven't even had the time to say hi to all the great people in the chat. I see Alien Tenno, Nas, Trevor, the Mustard, Madhouse. He said, Lowly Lola, coming on with all her positivity. MUFC Realist TV, Mickey's in the house, Lightning. I saw Kas with Never a Foul was here. Maybe Kas will jump on a little bit later, so he will be joining the debate. A lot of you guys coming in, so that's perfect. 125 people watching. As Andy said, you have to smash the like. It's so important. It's our currency.
Come on, can we get over 50?
You are currently on 34 and 124 people watching.
Or else.
or else Andy will give it to you.
Or else.
Yes.
Layeth the smacketh down on your candy ass, as the Rock would say.
Right, so
Brilliant.
just a quickie. We've got confirmation.
Right.
Keith Hackett will be on the 20th. So we'll have to do a special show on the 20th of Feb.
More refereeing controversy.
Do you want to come on, Andy, with
because if
Mr.
we get done over that weekend on a result, I will be absolutely vexed, and I will not be demonetized by YouTube or nobody will hold me back. So we'll have to wait and see. I will probably get your channel shut down, and I don't want to do that, guys.
No, you won't get a shutdown. Don't worry.
That's fantastic. But if you like, you're free to jump on. And let me I have some quotes here from the Dalot interview. I don't know if you guys saw it, but this is the first quote. I want to bring it up, and it says it's on the players needing to step it up. And he said we cannot come to the stadium and rely on the fans to give us energy so we can play well. This time it has to be the other way around. So it takes a little bit accountability for themselves and their own performance, and not relying on the fans. So, what's your take on his quote?
The slightest bit of honesty from a team, a set of players who don't give out any honesty. I mean, you can tell by it on the pitch. You can tell the ones who want to try, who are trying, and the ones who don't over the last 12, 18 months. And all that, some of the bad apples have gone now, and it has to change. And with this interview he's give, it was controlled. I said this again. It was a controlled interview in a controlled environment. You're not going to walk out on the street with Diogo Dalot and ask fans on the street, are you? It was a controlled environment, and it was. I'm not his biggest fan, but it was nice to see a bit of honesty.
Yeah. But Stu, is Dalot actually calling out his teammates now to take responsibility instead of relying on the crowd?
Well, what do they talk about during the week then? This is what fascinates me about an answer like that. Is what do they talk about? Oh, we must take responsibility. Really? Yeah. What was your first clue on that one? Andy's right. You're right. The honesty is okay from a footballer, but what are you talking about during the week? Are you talking about, I don't know, your latest Ferrari that you've just gone and bought? Are you talking about a new house or a swimming pool you haven't built? Why are you talking about this? Why aren't you understanding as a person, as a man, as a family man, that week in, week out, you have got to deliver. Otherwise, you shouldn't be anywhere near Manchester United. I find it. I mean, Andy's right, by the way. It's all controlled. So, his answer is, "Well, can you say this and can you say that, or
can you ask this? Can you
ask this question?" I've done it before. I've done it before. You've gone into interviews with sports people. Big up, Kas. With
Big
sports
up, mate.
people, and then you've got to supply them the questions prior. They'll vet them and they'll look at it, and then so he's got a carefully scripted answer. But I find it phenomenal when a bunch of us get together on a Wednesday night and we're talking about, we split into teams, and then we've all got this. I don't know. We start frothing at the mouth, before the whistle, and that's it. We're at it at 100 miles. Well, not really 100 miles an hour at my pace, more like 10 miles an hour. But I get to the ball eventually. But it's all aggro, it's all aggressive, it's all that want to win. Even on a Wednesday night or in training on a Tuesday and a Thursday, they just want to win. So I struggle with somebody who talks about motivation. Why on earth do you need to be motivated? Andy doesn't need motivating at work because ultimately he knows if he doesn't turn up or doesn't do a decent job, his arse pocket's empty at the end of the month. True. And he's fucked. These tossers don't. Kas knows if he doesn't put on a decent show on a regular basis, his subs are going to drop, and that's his livelihood. You've got to give it everything daily, and that's what I don't get.
That's what we do. It's different. We've got to do with this to pay the bills.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Who's this we're talking about? Dalot.
Dalot, yes, it's the latest comments.
Convenient how the shittest player has been put out there to talk about mentality and all that stuff when you can't even do anything on the pitch, mate. Like, he's shite. I've said this for years, even with the Wan-Bissaka versus Dalot debate, just because he was our best player as a fullback in Ten Hag's worst season. It's basically last year, basically. Apart from when he got sacked in. And he's all of a sudden, he's flipping, he's fairy tales and glitter and all that bullshit for putting up a 7 out of 10 season. That says a lot. That's how shit this is. I can't stand confidence players anymore. I grew up in an era where everyone had mentality, and if there was someone else inconsistent, was a confidence player like Nani, because you can have them around. The issue is we got too many little young guys thinking they run the shop, and then you got inconsistent flipping senior players who are dross. So it's all a mixture, and if not, they're too old, and it's like no one listens to them. It's a different era, unfortunately. I don't really like it, but it's just funny how Dalot's come out. They've sectioned Dalot because you know what? It's all calculated, in my opinion. I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. He's been getting a lot of stick online. Now all of a sudden he puts out something nice, a nice message, and everyone goes, "Oh, you know what? Dalot's probably right." Yeah, you know what? He's calling out the players, and he's pretty much calling out himself. He's calling out the performances and all this stuff. The tensions go down, and guess what? The manager will play him next game, and then he'll put up some shit again. And then he's like, "Oh, gave him at least a day in lieu in it to not get enough stick." He's crap, but it's not. But the thing is, he's not crap footballer. As in, for the elite standard I like, he's crap. He's actually a good, decent, solid player in general, but it's not his fault because he's getting selected. He's just not a wing back. When he booted that ball off for a corner against Rangers, I'm done. You're not good at football. Not the way I like to view it. I got to Manny quite a lot to watch these lot, and he was never this bad. But I think he's just being exposed for what he's not. He's really not. But we brought him in the first place to be a wing back. Do you know his actual career was defined through being a wing back? Mourinho brought him in. Yeah, but he's not the biggest problem. No, there's a lot of other problems. So, yeah, like us getting linked to another 19-year-old saying, "Oh, I want Man United," but you're at Tottenham. What a disrespect in general. Why would I want you when you're calling? If it's true, you're at Tottenham, but you want to come to Man United. Why? What mentality does that show to me? You did what? You want to come here because we're the bigger club and everything. Whatever, mate. Does my head in. Get me some experience.
The next quote from Dalot is, "We cannot come to the stadium and rely on the fans to give us energy." We've done that one. We've done that one, Dave. Now do the next one. Yeah. This was the one I was going to read out. "Teams have to come here and be afraid to play against us. The reality is, at the moment, it's not that." So it's honest, yes. But the thing is, does Amorim believe the players don't fully appreciate the fans, or what's going on?
Amorim's a twat a little bit as well for keep selecting some of these, in my opinion. I like him. I'm not against him. I think there's a lot to sort out. The manager's the last thing I think about in terms of what's going on at the club. I think you said it yourself, Andy, by the way. Big up. This squad is a bunch of losers. That's what it is. No one can manage this side because they're crap. That's it. There's nothing more to it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But isn't Old Trafford a fortress anymore? Is that what he's saying?
It's not a fortress.
Yeah, it hasn't been a fortress for 10 years.
We're a brothel.
Yeah, if anything, we're a whorehouse because we're getting banged every bleeding week at home. and we're not getting paid for it. You know what I mean?
We're not here. We're not even a good establishment of a whorehouse. We're the lows.
Yeah.
We're a house of burlesque where we don't get paid to be banged.
Hang a burlesque. Wow. The thing is, right, as a player, you should want to go away. I used to love away games more than home games. Going to somebody else's backyard and slapping them silly, there was nothing better than doing that. I quite like it now, even at my age, going away and beating teams on their own turf. It's the best way. Yeah, stick two fingers up to their fans. That's what's happening when people come to Old Trafford. 20 years ago, you would lose. You'd lost even before you got off the coach. You were done. You were finished. You would look in that that tunnel area. You'd see Keane. You'd see Ince. You'd see Robbo. You'd see Bruce. You'd see Pallister. You see Paul Parker, Dennis Irwin.
Michael.
You'd be like, fuck, Schmeichel in goal. You'd be like, fuck you know. You know, if we can get away losing 2-0 here, we've done well. That's how teams used to be. And teams don't do that anymore. If they don't win 2-0.
I've seen the Brighton one. Yeah, you go back to the Brighton fan cam. The tunnel cam, and they're all celebrating. And there's a cameraman. Please take your complimentary mints on the way out as well. Thank you for being shafting Man United. No, take your chocolates and go.
Yeah, honestly, football hasn't changed. The concept is still the same. You've still got to go out and beat the opposition. But like I said, when Crystal Palace or Southampton come to us and outplay us for 60-odd minutes,
Leicester,
teams.
Yeah.
So I was so close to going to that game as well. I'm so glad I never.
Wolves are coming and been better than us for periods of the game. Yeah. It's happened all season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, last 5 seasons. It's happened because we haven't got the balls to hold the ball. We haven't got the aggression. We don't have. Like I watched an old Leeds Man United match from '89, I think today, maybe '90, and they were kicking the fuck out of each other. Gordon Strachan in there hacking away, Robbo hacking away, Ince.
Gary McAllister, David Batter. Oh, you come on, you Leeds scumbags! Yeah, I remember them good old days.
The ref was letting it go. There was fucking free for alls. The pitch was horrible. The ball was heavy, and all that kind of stuff. And it's a far cry from today. But my point being is that we had players. We didn't have one player that would get stuck in. We had 11 players that would get stuck in. That's the difference. We haven't got one today that will get stuck in.
You know what it is? You employ wimps like Maguire. I like him as a squad player, don't get me wrong, but it's like if I'm a striker, I'm Mateta. I'm thinking, what am I up against today? A midget, basically. Oh, he's injured. Never mind that. Cool. This is cool for what it is. He can be as tough as you want, but you're still a midget. You're at centre back, so I'm going to outdo you. I'm up against a wimp who doesn't back his friends like Luke Shaw, so remember that like it was yesterday. In Maguire, I'm thinking, cool, you're slow as shit, and you're not tough. You're a wimp. And then you go on the right-hand side, and you've got the only decent part about you, which is probably Delict or Mazraoui, because what I like about Delict, he gets stuck in. And he gives it, I think he's tough as nails. I actually like Delict quite a lot. And Mazraoui can play some football. Now, you get some injuries. You got Evans, he's lasting 20 minutes, bless him. And love Johnny Evans. He's still better than Maguire. He's still better than some of our centre-backs at his age. If he could stay fit for a whole night, I would have him. Who's the other one as well? And then you look at back. He's just got a little post that's come out. I'm back. From what? Lindelof. There's a reason because you're called Lindesoft. You're crap. You're nothing decent. You're suited to La Liga. You're not suited to the... How is he still employed by us? Who said, let's give him another year extension? You absolute tosser. Honestly, that's what I'm talking about. And then now, all of a sudden, we've got 2 youngers up front, or they're one... they're like a year apart, a year and a half. You got Højlund, who's not a false footballer. Don't get no service, but let's be real. He's not learning off no one. But neither is Xerxes. So you've just thrown them into whatever it is that you're coaching up there, because I don't know what's going on. And if you're a centre-back, I'm Mark Gay these days. Give me another lower league, anyone. Milenkovic. Young Stephen Howson, I think his name is for Bournemouth. He's doing all right. Or Senesi, one of them lot. Who am I playing against today? I'm playing up against a guy that don't even know how to play strike, let alone link up a ball. I'm thinking I'm having an easy day today.
Yeah, when you're getting dominated by pass.
And you got midfielders. You got midfielders who don't want the ball. Bruno Fernandes is not he's not a midfielder. Put him in strike. I'm telling you now. Yeah, he don't want to play midfield. He's our best finisher. This is just me having my little outburst. And then we got a wing backs that are passive because it's not really, they don't know how to attack. And then all you got to do is try give it to young Ahmad, and he's going to do us something. We're no better than a star team like with Wilfred Zaha at Palace. Get the ball to Ahmad and we might score. That's how it feels. That's what we are. Wimps, honestly, and clueless.
Yeah, we struggle a little bit when it comes to all of this, and then people in the chat say, yeah, they are they don't like the frustration. But guys, girls, we are frustrated by this. We are sitting.
You won't pay.
We're sitting 14th now on the table.
Would you pay to watch a product like that? They said Friday was sold out. I seen plenty of empty seats from my position up in the Stretford end. Well, plenty of empty seats for people who just didn't want to go on a Friday night to watch that drivel.
Yeah, they went down and didn't sell the tickets. Yeah.
Who wants to watch Bruno Fernandes play football and keep hoofing it? And don't get me wrong, he was wicked. I can't lie, he was actually all right against Leicester. He was the only one that was all right. But my whole point is it's funny how we have someone like him in our maverick, but we never really dominate big games. Never have, and he's always a centerpiece because we never either give him the tools to work with, or he's just not there no more. So he's not a midfielder for me. He's an attacker. He's like a Lampard, second striker. He's not. And if he's too deep, and then you got a Garte who's good luck, like he's doing all the legwork. This is what I call out for Toby Collier and some of the other youngsters. Give a bit of heart with a Garte or something. I think we should just go back to basics. This is why I say Amorim's a bit of a pleb. It's like you want all these guys to do what you want, but they can't do it. Bruno Fernandes, he's got the ping. Don't get me wrong, but everything else surrounding it, he runs with a parachute on. It takes about 10 minutes to get to press someone, and he gets played out of position quite quick. Eze ran through 3 of our players in midfield, by the way, 3, and he's half injured.
Yeah,
half injured. This is what I mean about imbalance. And it's just like I'd rather just get back to basics, put people that are just fit and able and athletic, and go press them high, rather than doing this 10-yard drop deeper and wait for them to press us so we can get a ping because that might give Højlund some space or. Along them lines, I think this is where it's going wrong. Why is at Old Trafford we always play with 10 yards back at our own gaff? It took us 1-0 down to be like, oh wait, hold on a minute. Yeah. We should go and play 7 in our own half. Oh, shock value, 25 minutes of football and you're pressing, you're making chances. Doesn't take an idiot to work that one
football. It was side-to-side football on Friday. I said this on me. Paddock is Chuckle Brothers football. To me, to you. You want to go forward? No, you go forward. I don't know what to do, so I'm going to play safe. It's the urgency. It's going forward, and the crowd was getting on the backs, and they still wouldn't go forward. And when when the volume was getting really nasty, oh shit, we best go forward a bit. Somebody best make a run and make the pass. So it's what you call it.
This is why I'd rather just put Bruno as a 9. I've seen it before. It's worked before. And he's our best finisher. He's the only one that actually wants to bust a gut and get into the box.
True. I've got a lot of respect for Bruno now.
And I like him when he's in the box because even though he might miss sometimes, I don't want him on the edge of the box. I want him in the penalty area. And I don't believe in Xerxes and I don't believe in Højlund whatsoever. So just play him up front because I think at least he can just do what he does best. Just
say one thing for Xerxes, at least he can hold the ball up where Højlund can't do jack shit.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, he's very good at that.
Yeah, I like Xerxes, but it's just again. Look at the Leicester game. He comes on. Don't get me wrong. I think he's done quite a decent cameo. But the one thing when we did get into areas is why are you not in the box, my friend? Why are you not in the box? Why are you on the edge of the box? We're missing a real box killer.
Yeah,
Harry Kane. That's Harry Kane on a nutshell, that mate. I'd say 2-3 years of Harry Kane. Maybe he could push to 38. I'd take it.
My thing is, if you're going to get a bunch of youngsters. Then Harry Kane kind of makes sense, but then you're going back to doing what we always used to do: go and get players that are expired and going to get injured no matter what. Because you will get injured. Back in the Premier will get injured, don't you think?
Well, if you go for the one from Sporting Lisbon, then he's he could be a Highland again.
But that's the whole point. Is if Harry Kane comes back, he's older, he's not as active, and he's doing all that dropping deep stuff that we don't want. That's my thing, and then it's more physical. My thing is I've seen that Samuel Omarodion in the Europa League bully us. He's from that Portuguese league. I've seen that Conceição absolutely bully up, and he's tiny. He goes over to Juventus all of a sudden, or is it Juve? And then he's absolutely having a worldie of a time. My thing is just having someone that's instinctively in the box. I couldn't care less what they do outside the box. That's the whole point of having a midfield. Do what you do best. I want number 9s again. Proper number 9s that's going to sniff out danger.
All I want is a goal angle.
Yes, a goal, yes.
Goal angle, Ruud van Nistelrooy. That's what Harry Kane can be. You've seen Harry Kane do that, but Harry Kane's, we've seen what he can do. He's dropped so far back. I've seen it for England.
I'd get Inzaghi back out of retirement.
Just be that goal angling number 9.
Andy, I'll get Inzaghi out of retirement, mate. He was born offside. He was absolute. What a striker! Tiny, skinny.
Who's that?
Filippo Inzaghi.
Missed offside himself.
What a legend!
Is that his brother? Is that his brother, by the way? Simone Inzaghi. Is that his brother? One in charge of?
I don't know actually.
Yeah, the guy in Inter. That's his brother. Yeah,
that's his brother.
Filippo and Simone. Filippo, that's the guy who was the striker.
He was unbelievable. He had long hair. He could have pulled it and everything.
I hope United keep away from 19, 20, 21 roles when it comes to the attack. Go get me Cunha. Go get me a Gyökeres. If you can, or a box striker, Osimhen. I don't care. A box striker who's physically going to impose himself as well, because I think that's important these days. And then you can have Ahmad, and all of a sudden you've gone to one of the better attacks on paper, by the way, in the league. We still need wing back. We need wing backs. Would you
get rid of Ireland to get Osimhen and Harry Kane? Ooh, that sounds nice.
That sounds like that doesn't sound like Man United.
No.
That sounds like Chelsea.
We won't get Osimhen. We'd have done it in January, I think, if we're going to get Osimhen.
I think so as well.
This quote came out today from the interview that Dalot on Amorim's potential at Man United, and he said, "If you want me to be completely honest with this manager, I think we can win the Premier League."
That's the issue. I think. Why are you saying I think? You should be says I know. That's what you call a loser. That's a loser. I think we can win the league. Oh, I think I can go and bed Beyonce in the next 5 years if she divorces Jay-Z. It's not happening, is it?
yeah, true, yeah. And I won't have 99 problems. I'm fucking dead right.
But how realistic is Dalot's statement, would you say? Is it?
He said everything we've heard this for the last 10 years from several different players. Name it.
It's just PR. It's just PR. I'm not interested in it. If I'm interested in it, I want to see in a May 2026, 2027, I want to see him lifting the Premiership trophy. Then I will believe it, but I won't until I see it. But it won't happen anytime soon.
33. If we get it,
got designs on 2028.
If we do anything between now and 33, it'll be a miracle. Honestly.
Yeah, 150th anniversary 2028, and they got this Project 21 to be Premiership champions. It ain't happening, mate. Believe me. 2038, maybe.
You've got a scenario. You will have a scenario where we are going to be fitter and stronger athletes. That will happen.
Really?
Who said that? Who said that?
No, Brailsford. He will get us there. He will sail us to the fucking line. By the way, he will sail us as close to that line as you could possibly get.
Cycling. Stick to sailing. The only thing he thinks we're going to sail to the Premier League or we're going to ride to the Premier League.
No,
I think to the Premier League.
Don't you think Ineos and that they know what we need? It's about what if we got the funds to do what we need. That's the issue.
Yeah,
I think they know we need athletic players. We need athletes. Bruno's not an athlete.
Yeah,
he's got no athleticism in his body. Manu's got a question over his one. We got babies. We got a bunch of babies, and I'm moaning like a baby.
Yeah,
I'm like a spoiled brat.
But they've done something that we've never done before. They've hired a sprint coach, an athletics coach, which we need to do. We've got to be quicker over 5 to 10 yards. We know.
Oh, mate, if you're good, mate, if you're actually good at football, you don't need all that crap. I'll be honest. Did Zidane need that? Did Zidane need a sprint coach?
No.
Did he need one today?
To be fair, though, Zidane was a different type of player. I know what you're talking about. He's a different type of player, Zidane. I mean,
we need Foden. Does Haaland need a coach?
To
be fair, his mum, I swear his mum's a Olympian or something like that.
Ronaldo had a sprint coach. He had a sprint coach. He wasn't quick enough over 5 yards. He took a sprint coach. You do need these performance measures as a footballer. You've got to have them. You've got to be able to sail close to the wind like Liverpool did with their fucking TUEs and they're all asthmatics. City. Guardiola's been doping his players for years. We all know it. Don't care what anyone says. We all know it. He was accused at Barcelona. He's been accused at City. He's been accused at Bayern Munich. We all know it.
He's won it. Yeah,
Serie A, Brescia.
They sail close to the line. We don't. We're nowhere near the fucking line, and we need to be closer.
And then guess what? We want to get rid of one of your favorite. The thing is, we got Play FC, a bit like the geezer in a thing called Ifyok, I think his name is. I can tell he's a Bruno FC stan. Like, it's gimps like that get on my nerves. Yeah, because sacrifice, like even Sancho, he don't even play for us no more. And he's got this whole backing of it. And Rashford, legend, 8 goals a season because he's a man can red. So I've seen Danny Welbeck do more and leave for less. Is he a legend? No. It's absolute idiots of Play FC these days.
Oh, like, yeah.
Honestly, we need to unlock Bruno. Oh, so we've got to give him all the tools, even whatever, mate. My thing is people, I think United fans are not ready to sacrifice their favorite players in terms of team. Yeah. We need athletes. I agree with this. We 100% need athletes, but we need people that can play football as well. But the issue is they're just expensive. Ederson from Atalanta, perfect. But guess what? If we don't get Champions League or Europa League, we can't really sell them much, can we?
Yeah,
He'll be off to City.
Yeah, we're not getting those types of players that we need. If we don't make Champions League
football,
we're not doing it.
If you do get Champions League football, you might see 1 or 2 bigger impression signings, just like just to help the team. Not a marquee signing, but you go, wow, got that one. Like you said.
Do you not believe we can win Europa? Because I do. I actually do. The only team I look at that I feel like, please avoid, is just any Spanish team. Just don't have them for in the rounds.
I think we get over the line, yeah.
Bilbao are absolutely on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is, can we get these players? I agree.
Lazio as well. You got Lazio like that.
They're all right. They dropped off a bit. They're good though. I must admit, very stable. And they got a good attack.
Galatasaray as well, so I would not write them off either.
Don't think all that.
Yeah, we can face Galatasaray in the next round. It could be.
Who's out of Galatasaray and who else? It's
Real Sociedad and
Midtjylland.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might as well just say we're getting Galatasaray or Sociedad, don't we?
We haven't played the midgets again. It's that level.
Could be difficult. Next quote: the reality of the rebuild. It comes in and say the most difficult thing to hear as a fan is that it will take time. But we need to create an environment where Amorim has everything set for what he wants for the players. How patient should we be as fans, and will the board back Amorim for the long-term project? That's the question I ask.
Well, my response to that is, why haven't they got an environment created anyway? That's my response to that. It's your responsibility as a footballer to create the environment for a new manager to come in. I've said this before repeatedly. I'm tired of saying it. I'm going to say it one more time. They knew Amorim was coming in 3 weeks before. Why the fuck doesn't Dalot know everything about the Amorim system? Hoyland, why doesn't he get to study Gyökeres? Why aren't these players creating that environment so when he comes through a door, Gaffer, I know what you want. I know how you want a left wing back to play. I know where you want me to be positioned.
I think it's more than that. Though. I think Man United have enabled that. I think, you know what? I think Amorim, one of his first interviews was they went out, Casemiro and whatever, they jetted off, and it's the clubs allowed that. The issue is the club's got so much to sort out. I think because there's so much to sort out at the back, this is me making an excuse, by the way, so it could be absolutely shite, that they're not really focused on everything that's going on the player forefront because there's so much crap to sort out in terms of all the audits and stuff. They're still doing it now. It's crazy. And they're finding out that we're losing 100 million per year, and all this garbage.
The player cast, the players.
This is what I keep saying. Is the players do create that environment. My thing is, you can create the greatest environment if you want. If you're losing on the football pitch, you're creating a bad environment regardless of how good it is at the back. It is crap. That's the thing. Until we start winning, the thing is, we have actually won 6 out of our last 8, but just not all of them are in the Premier League. It's too inconsistent. All the cups, cool, you're getting through them. That's nice. Go win me the FA Cup and the Euro and the what's it called, a Europa League. I'm thinking, you know what, I can bear with that, but we're not doing that. I don't think. It's now. It's got to happen now. It's all good saying this, but you got to show it. You got to show that you're courageous and that you're willing to sacrifice and stop being a little bitch. That's the reality of it. Because when I go to watch football in the stadium at Old Trafford, you got to remember these are going to be our final years at Old Trafford. So You've got to get that new stadium before that comes. I want all the memories I can get. I can't have memories with that because it's too. Like, do you know what I mean? I want to leave with a happy memory. It will take time, but the thing is,
are we gonna leave with a Premier League title at Old Trafford?
No chance.
We won't.
Not at this rate, but things can change over it. The only issue is with football, it can change in a click of a fingers. That's the funny thing, because all of a sudden, this year looks shy, and next year, we're in fourth place, third or something.
We were saying this after winning the FA Cup last year, and the positive signings we made in the summer, and we were dilly-dallying, Ten Hag, should he stay, should he go? Right, we'll keep him, 300 million, right, okay, we're looking at top 4, top 3. Was it 12 games in? Right, enough, thank you, gone. Was it 6 weeks later? Dan Ashworth, gone. Summer, up the wall, pissed up the wall, 25 million in transfer fees, where that could have been used for January to get players in.
The thing is, I think the players that are in, I actually quite like them. That's the thing. I actually 4 out 5. I don't think they're bad.
I like Mazza. I like Dalot, and I like Lenny Yoro. And Zirk said they were positive signings, and you got tossers of certain Sky Sports presenters saying, "Oh, the summer signings were crap." So I'm not mentioning him. But,
we bought one attacker. We bought one attacker. That's the issue. When last year, the issue is we don't score enough goals. Really and truly, my thing is, why do you bring in Lenny Yoro now as the 62 million investment when you could have put that investment elsewhere and save that? So whoever's in charge, it's nice if you miss out on the generational talent of a centre back or if as Dean, but you could have used that elsewhere. Who's managing this stuff? And it's easy to swing Jim Ratcliffe to say he's all Dan Ashworth's fault, not thinking who he was, but we know you're first-hand involved with all of it. Well, I'm not against Ineos either. I just think they're too busy doing this learning on the job type crap, or they didn't get enough people in on time to know what they're doing. I don't think they really knew what they were getting into as far as I'm concerned, but you've wasted a season. You've hurt us.
This is what the Glazers do. They let somebody else take the fall. They're still calling the shots. Ineos only run the football side. Everyone thinks Ineos runs the club. They don't. They just run the football side of things. Joe and Avram, they're the ones they're the bald-headed tossers who
legally they have to, because they have to sign the stuff off. They can't not go through them, you know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying. Why is Ratcliffe going to put in billions to a club that he doesn't even fully own? So why am I against Ineos when they're meant to run the sporting side? They're trying to, but when all the back end is all crap and the revenues are not where they need to be, ticket prices have to go up, which I still don't agree with, regardless, because who's paying for that crap? I did, to be fair. Here we are. Yep. Now you've wasted. Now we've got to wait until the summer, and unfortunately for them lot, you have to, or us lot, we have to hope every single signing lands.
Yeah, and we know 50% of the signing fails. So
we've got to hope United get the Champions League football, and the ticket prices reverberate back to what they are, and at a reasonable price, don't go up again. Because there's a lot of Man United fans who will not tolerate these gaslighting prices. What rumours going round? I know people. I know my dad, his friends. If they up it to a certain point, they're done. After nearly 60, 70 years, they are done.
Last quote from Dalot. He says, on his personal journey at Man United, say people might like my football or not, but they cannot say that I don't give everything for the club. So is that is he pointing in direction of Rashford, or is he just tooting his own horn that he's giving his all for the club?
I think he's doing a bit of both there, actually, because him and Bruno actually give a toss when they're on the pitch. I said this on Sunday. He'll run his socks off, but then he'll have a complete moment of madness that'll cost us a goal or cost us a chance at scoring. You know, he won't play the ball right, or he won't track back, and the opponent score. So he's having a pop at definitely having a pop at certain players as well.
He needs to go on the other side. He needs to go on the right. I can't do him at left no more. I can't bear to see it. I don't want to see it. He's just not good with his left foot. let alone anything else. You know, he's not good at crossing. He's not good. But you know what I do like about him? When he does get into areas where he can shoot, that's probably his best attribute now.
He's got a good right foot.
Yeah. And I think that's on Amorim. That's not his fault. Again, he's not the worst thing in the world, but under pressure, he's awful. He gives the ball away in stupid areas time after time. And Agate is limited with his passing. I keep saying it. Collier just relaxes. Look when we played with Collier. I think it was it Fulham? Was it Fulham? You might have played his last game.
I think it was Fulham, yeah.
Let me double check that. I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I remember there was one game around that point where everything looked so calm and collected when he's picking up the ball. Why is he not playing him? What's wrong with him? I know Delict's been ill, to be fair. He picked up
but I think it's easing him in slowly because, we don't want to put all the pressure because the system is just working. And I also think when it comes to his sporting side, he always had the one defensive guy and one number 8. So it doesn't seem to find a place for him because he wants him in the Ugarte position and he trusts Ugarte.
He needs to grow some balls and just say, get out the pitch and press him. That's one thing. Go back to basics. Press, simple passes, get out the pitch. Do what did Klopp's midfield have a great deal of creativity? Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Fabinho? No, they just pressed and gave it to the better players. Give it to the better technical players. Dorgu, he's played right wing, don't get me wrong, but I'd want him on the left on his better side where he gets more take-ons. A Lecce fan even said he's much better on the left where he's got natural. Just do that. We need width. If you play inverted, you've got no width. Because they're always too busy trying to cut in and cross, and it's like you're crossing to a dud anyways. Like, why does he keep playing Højlund as well? What? Xerxes was having a good run, and I thought he was going to rest him. He ain't played him like 3 games. Why? He gives us better control. Like I said, if a centre back comes up against Højlund, I know I'm having an easy day.
But don't you think this is Amorim's trial period, and he just needs to try out different stuff just to see what works or not? Because I'm willing to give him a free pass for the rest of the season, and I'm fully willing to just let him try and experiment with this team because he needs to figure out who to sell, who to keep, and what will work and what's not working.
Experiment. He's had 4 months to experiment. Why do you need to keep experimenting? He keeps chopping. My issue is he keeps chopping and changing everyone and not having a selected, trusted 11.
Yeah. I think he's getting it right in Europe, though. He's definitely getting it right in Europe. But that probably that atmosphere and competition suits his play. But no, he's on a free pass between now and the end of the season, unless we dramatically fall like a stone.
Oh, there's no reason why we shouldn't be beating Tottenham on the weekend. We're arse, but they're
we're crap, but they're. I've never seen such a one-sided semi-final last week.
We beat Tottenham.
Yeah, but we lost them twice. Tottenham. I need this for me. I need to phone up my granddad and say, "Hold that one, granddad." And thanks for being in Plymouth because he lives in Plymouth. Thanks for doing the job on Liverpool. I appreciate you, but you support Tottenham.
Yeah, we need to that Old Trafford defeat. That really stung, and the Carabao Cup defeat just before Christmas. We should have won that. We should have won.
Who was that against again?
Tottenham. We should have beaten Tottenham that night as well. They were absolutely brilliant, and all of a sudden they were absolutely garbage. So yeah, we need to beat Tottenham on Sunday. We need to show there is 2 sets of has-beens in the Premier League, but we need to be the better one.
They got no Solanke to score a hat-trick this time. There we go.
Well, he's injured, isn't he?
Yeah, actually, all of them are injured. I don't care who's back for them. They're crap. They don't want to pay for their manager. This is the best time. I thought he was going to sack him today. I thought, he's going to lose. They're going to get the manager bounce against us, and everyone's back playing because they got good footballers in their side. So I expect it. But one thing I know, you score 1 goal against them, you get the rest of them. They crumble.
You could get a Europa League final against these at the end of the season. You don't know.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I would love that.
And he always wins a trophy in his second season, doesn't he? So they say.
Yeah, I made up many of
that. I'm making a poll as who is the worst signing in MUFC history. Yes. So I got that.
No, I'm joking.
I have 4 alternatives, so we just have to discuss them. So the alternatives is Sancho, Di Maria, Alexis Sanchez, or Pogba. So I'll give you 1 minute each to have your say.
What was the four players again?
Pogba, Sancho, Di Maria, Sanchez, or Pogba?
Pogba?
Well, was he a good signing?
He's way better than the asses of them lot. You could put Maguire. Why is Maguire not in there? Or why is not... What?
Yeah, this is my rating.
Anthony. What about Anthony? Because if you put Anthony, I would have been signing Anthony off right now.
Yeah.
Anthony. Stu, do you want to go first?
I just on those four, or maybe players
just
that
on those four. Yes.
Just on those four. It'd have to be Sanchez for me, I think, out of those four. I actually didn't think Di Maria was that bad. When he put, at the beginning of the season when he played for us, he was showing some kind of Di Maria type form. Pogba is just an enigma, isn't he? He's just one of those, you either like him or you don't. Sanchez, for me, just couldn't be bothered. He had the jackpot, 400 grand a week. He just, I think he took the jackpot, and I don't think he could be asked to turn up to Manchester United. He said he didn't want to play for us after half an hour. He wanted to quit and go back to London. Yeah. He didn't want to be at Man United, so it'd have to be Sanchez for me.
Okay.
But we've had way worse signings.
Yeah,
way worse signings.
I would have to go with Jadon Sancho as well, because Pogba is a World Cup winner. 2 good seasons out of 6, 7 at United. Still not good enough. Alexis Sanchez, we all got gassed. And we all thought we were getting a better deal because we stopped Man City getting him, Mkhitaryan going the other way. And it didn't turn out. And it's a shame. But for me, Jadon Sancho, who still lives in a reality bubble, bigging himself up, he was tearing it up in Bundesliga with Haaland at Borussia Dortmund. And United was so confident of getting him, and they stood firm, Borussia Dortmund, and they had to go back. They wanted 110 million, we were getting for 72 million. And we really thought we were going to take off under Ole that season when we had Sancho, we got the lad from Real Madrid. Yeah, Ronaldo. We thought, Ronaldo. We all thought doing well as well. So, it was Jadon Sancho. And he's still inconsistent now. I know there's Chelsea fans who don't rate him at all.
No, he's rubbish. I was on record, actually, and he said it'd never work. Sancho United. I'm on YouTube saying it'd never work. I got absolutely castigated for it. You don't know football, blah, 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 blah.
Well, Di Maria as well, you look at that, you seen that, remember that goal against Leicester, there was little glimpses of it. Then all of a sudden, he got robbed.
He got robbed then. That was
his
it.
Flat got robbed, and it changed his perspective of Manchester, and he wanted to leave straight away. He was the big beast from Tower. He was living in the beast from Tower in Manchester City Centre, and he got robbed.
He got scared, didn't she?
So we have the big man himself, Kas, left. So give me your worst player in the MUFC history out of those 4.
I was going to say Bebe. Nice goal against Wolves, though. I remember that. I think it was 2011. It's probably... Wait, what's the option? So forget it's not Pogba, it's not Di Maria. Who's the other 2? Alexis Sanchez is technically free. Sancho. I liked him. I had big hopes for him, but it's Sancho. He cost us 72 million, and he did nothing. I can't remember 7, 8 good games, let alone 10 out of 10 games in 5 games. The only thing I remember is watching it live when he scored that goal against Liverpool. That's probably his highlight of his Man United time.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
We wasted a lot of money on Sancho and Anthony. Stupid.
Speaking on Sancho, we saw this today. The tweet coming out with freedom in Rashford's game after against for Aston Villa. So how do we feel?
Don't care.
What does it say about the players?
I'm not interested.
Yeah,
it's modern day mentality of footballers who think they've made it when they haven't done anything at all. I mean, what's Sancho going to... Is Sancho going to have a Champions League, Premier League trophy? Is Marcus Rashford going to have them trophies? No.
At Villa?
Just going at Villa? Maybe this season.
Might win the FA Cup, but guess what? You've already won one, mate. Good. You know what? That's
He can't play in the FA Cup against United if we draw him. That's
Oh, funny enough, we get Fulham. That's going to be a funny old battle between him and Amorim. You know, I can see this rivalry of Fulham, Marco Silva, and Amorim going right tits up. They're going to probably boss us. But we had a good game against them, actually, other than Hoyland giving away the ball 10 times in one half. It was, well, defensively anyways.
Well, we had 2 good games against them, yeah. So, FA Cup tie, so that is...
Do you remember that? Actually, that's another one. That's Sancho's highlight. I was there to watch that too, when he got 2 men sent off. Remember? Was that not in it? Was that not
the FA Cup 3-1, yeah.
Yeah. And we play them next week.
Oh, bloody hell. So, yeah. I mean, you got to take it seriously as well, because there's the teams that are left in the competition. Tottenham have fallen, Liverpool as well, Chelsea this weekend. Newcastle, Brighton, that's another one out of the way. Somebody else.
Imagine, Millwall's got Palace, Burnley's got Preston, so there's an easier tie there. I mean, Plymouth is going to absolutely rile up Man City at their gaff.
Nottingham Forest, they're in it still, Ipswich. So,
yeah.
So what? Are we looking at another Manchester Cup final?
What, going for free?
Yeah.
Like, City want payback. Were we that good last season, or were Man City that drunk and hungover? And that's what naffs me off with this team.
Yeah,
I thought we were good.
I think a side like a lower league side, like Newcastle could end up doing a domestic double. I think Bournemouth's got an amazing chance. The way they're playing at the moment.
Bournemouth, they're quality.
Right now, if someone asked, who do you think is the strongest team in the FA Cup right now? I'd probably say, you know what? Right now, probably Newcastle, Bournemouth. Not even Villa. I think Villa can be there I think they're there for the taking at times. Villa don't kill off teams enough. That's the issue. But Bournemouth are killing teams, and so on Newcastle when they're up for it.
Man City scraping to Wembley and winning an FA Cup.
We need them to go get like Bournemouth or Forest next. When Forest, I don't know if they're going to lose to Exeter, but hopefully. I don't mind playing Forest. I need it because Wolfie, man, I can't wait, man. Please, can't stand him.
Yes.
Forest fans. I've got Forest fans telling me I shouldn't be talking to them after half a good season. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, Forest, they were old club, Nigel Clough, and they won the European Cup a couple of times. And
back to back,
I have respect for Forest. Yeah, back to back. That was
bought the first £1 million player.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. It was. I think Francis was £1 short of £1 million. I don't think Cloughie didn't want it, but yeah, pretty much, first £1 million player.
Nottingham Forest can win the league for me, man.
I wouldn't mind that. We need Everton to do a job, but if Everton do a job, they're level on points with us and go above us in goal difference.
It's
Liverpool. It's Liverpool, isn't it?
Moisey can do it because it's the last Merseyside derby at Goodison ever.
I hope so.
It is Wednesday, isn't it, this week? Yeah.
We also need to take advantage of our next 3 league games: Tottenham, Ipswich at home, and Everton away. Is it Everton away or home? Everton away. We need to take advantage of that because all these middle teams are either playing each other or they're playing at the top of the league. So we need to scrape these positions so we get some decent.
Yeah, we need to finish. We need to finish top 10.
100%.
Between 9th and 10th. That's it. We need to finish like that. That's where we need to finish.
Yeah.
Make
it respectable. If you're telling me that at the end of the season we finished 10th or 9th with a European trophy or an FA Cup, I'll be like, you know what? I don't know how we've done it, but we've done it. And I'm probably had a bit. I'll say if you especially got a Europa League, I'll be telling. I do a multi-club channel. I've had a better season than you. We're in the same. Yeah,
I'd rather have a tin pot on the sideboard at the end of this season than have an empty
top
Tottenham
4
Hotspur cabinet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. If that's your level, we've been inconsistent in the league, but Jesus Christ, we've got trophy in the last 3 seasons. Because before that, we went 6 years with no trophy. 6 years.
Imagine we do that. We do the Carabao, the FA Cup, and then we go do Europa. It's like how?
Oh, we can hope.
We can hope.
Yeah. A hat trick of trophies.
Hat trick. Yeah. Guys, I have this to show you. We have. Sorry for the quality. It's low resolution.
It's McTominay goal, isn't it?
It's McTominay goal for Napoli. He scored yet another header. He's doing really well in Napoli this season. brilliant goal from McTominay again. And we also have this one. If it's
This
loading,
is
Anthony Martial scoring for Athens.
So let me guess, you're going to get up Anthony from Batista's goal to... Yep.
And yes, Anthony's goal for Real Betis.
It was actually a nice goal, you know. I don't know. He flicked it with his foot. Here, look how he flicks it with his foot. It's not. That was nice. But let's not forget. I remember watching this guy when he was at Old Trafford. I was there for his first goal at Arsenal. He had a good crack in first 6 games. We need him to perform so he can leave. It's like we need teams to be like, oh my god, he's actually a good player. We'll give you 30 million quid for him. We'll do 25.
Suppose he just goes into overdrive and does he come back and be the Anthony we know he can be, or do we just take the money and run?
Take the money and run.
Yes, take the money and run. 100%.
Yeah, get them out.
But my point is with showing you guys this. We see Manchester United players thrive as soon as they leave Man United. Same with I think Rashford had a good cameo coming on yesterday. He played a good 25 minutes, I think. He looked fresh.
My dog could have had a good cameo for 20 minutes against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
This is why Garnacho looks good all the time. As well, impact player. I'm not being funny. If you're winning and another team's trying to get at you to get a goal, there's going to be space in behind, no?
Yeah.
Look how we used Garnacho every time he came off the bench in his first full season. You know, we just kill teams. We'll score. We'll be like 2-0 up or 1-0 up, and before you know, he comes on and gets a goal. It's just the way it works, isn't it? Because he can burn. He can burn players. The thing is, his cameo was decent, but people again compilations over a nice little skill that was a foul. Like that wasn't a foul, and that was it. What else beyond that? Nothing. It's like this is what I mean with hype. The hype of absolute mediocre is insane. Is to deserve a compilation. I don't subscribe to that. Sorry.
No. But Stu, how do you feel when you see all these players leaving United and doing well? Is it something wrong with our culture, or is it just I don't know, the level of the league?
Udinese's equaliser was superb. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that today.
This fucking world goal. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the sometimes the weight of the shirt, just players can't cope with it. It strangles them, and you've seen it with players coming into this club, real top draw players, quality players. You've seen it with other clubs as well. Shevchenko couldn't do it at Chelsea. He was ripping it up all season. Kaká struggled on his moves. You know, Ballack struggled on his moves. You know, real quality footballers have struggled.
I think the only two who didn't do it at United were Cavani and Zlatan.
Yeah, Cavani, Zlatan. When you look at
Ronaldo as well, when he come back, the rest of them, they were sharp.
I mean, we had some, you know, Juan Sebastian Veron. You know, at that time in his career, he was one of the best on the planet. He just couldn't quite grasp England. He went to Chelsea, couldn't make it. Said it was a bad move for him. So, I think for us, McTominay, Martial, you can look at it one or two ways. You can look at it that you know, maybe they gaslighted the fans, if one for a better word, or they just couldn't cope with the day-to-day pressure of Manchester United, and I think that's probably the issue. But you know, players that move on, fair enough, but they're going on to smaller clubs, they're going on to less pressurised clubs. You know, Martial, I can't even remember where he is. Is he in France or
Greece?
Is it Greece? AEK.
Greece. There you go. You know, that's just for him.
How many goals has he got?
9, I believe. 9 and 2 assists.
Yeah, it's got about 8 or 9. But Tominay's got.
I'm glad he's played.
Tominay's got 10, hasn't he? Something like that. You know,
last season actually, Marshall.
For them to work at other clubs, great, good on them. But you know, they didn't work for us, and it's just the way it is. So.
This is what the media are crying for. Villa fans, they want Rashford to succeed, do well, and stick the knife into Amorim. That's what That's what everybody wants. The neutrals. Oh, you can't treat the Wivenshaw boy like this. Oh no, you can. So like I say, F Rashford, F Jadon Sancho. I don't care.
Same. They all earn a bomb. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's about time. You talk about resetting a culture, but it does take a long time. All this wage, you should be able to earn your wage, mate. Give it in bonuses. That means you're going to have to go score a goal to get your bonus.
Oh yeah, get a basic wage. United have the new lad we signed from Italy. He's got a basic wage.
It's on like
He'll
40
earn
grand.
it through, and he wants more bonuses. You got to play. You got to play to do it well.
Now that Rashford and Anthony's gone, we got the lowest wage out of the top 6. Did you not know that? But it'll go on like we're spending lots of wages. You told me how many people we got beyond the 200k mark now. I think it's two. I think it's 3. Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno.
Yeah,
so when Bruno leaves, and then when you look at the drop off beyond that, it's like Harry Maguire, then it's Luke Shaw, and then it's like Lindelof, and that's a big gap. And everything else is on like 50, 40, 30s. And so the whole thing of saving money, that's nice. Ineos, you saved your money now go fucking spend it.
How far's Mason Mount cut from a comeback out? Is he due now? March? End of March?
God, no. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Send him out on loan. Fuck him off.
Luke Shaw got injured again.
Actually, ask me who the worst signing in United history is. It's actually Mason Mount. It is actually Mason Mount. He's the worst transfer, and I don't give a toss if he's a United fan with his dad. Go do one. You're absolutely injured. I don't even think I don't think he's physically injured. I think he's mentally finished. I think he's finished. I think he's finished. And I'm not here to support that shit. No. Him and Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I think we all agree on Luke Shaw. I'm not sure. I think the questions are still out on Mason Mount. I think he looked good when he played, at least in the summer under Ten Hag. I like his diagonal runs. I think he brings something special to this team. So I would like to see him perform.
Yeah, I heard much of Luke Shaw in the last few weeks. He's kept his head down since that viral video and benefits and all that, So he's still keeping his head down.
Yeah.
He's keeping keeping all down. Really, let's be real.
So guys, the next 5 pictures when we're coming up, we have Spurs, Everton, Ipswich, Fulham, and Arsenal. How many wins?
Realistically, we should be looking at 5, but it's not going to be. But you know what this is going to be? We'll probably end up beating Spurs, losing to Everton, drawing against Ipswich, beat Fulham, but then probably lose to Arsenal.
Yeah, I think we'll lose to Arsenal. I think we might draw with Everton. Everton are playing very, very well at the minute. Very well.
You need to run in that. You need to go through them 5 games unbeaten. Beat Tottenham, draw to Everton, beat Ipswich, beat Fulham, and maybe get something against Arsenal.
Beat Ipswich. I think we lose against Arsenal. We draw. I think we.
No, I'm done. I'm sick of losing.
I think we beat Tottenham.
If you can play like that at Old Trafford, you can play like that. If you can play like you did against Arsenal in the FA Cup, you can play like that at Old Trafford as well. No excuses.
And then even got Saka.
No, Saka's out. Yeah.
And there's no Martinelli. There's no outlet up front. Where's their speed? What, Sterling? Yeah. All right, mate.
You don't play Sterling.
Leicester as well. Look, you can look 6 games there. You look maybe like 4 wins, 2 draws. You're looking at you can go have a 6-game unbeaten run. We can definitely target them and try not to. If you get through them 6, we'll finish the season okay. And if you throw in the Europa League, you got the Europa League in between as well.
Yeah. No, I don't. Are we playing Europa League in between that Saturday and that Sunday, or is it the Sunday and Sunday? It's got to be the Sunday and Sunday.
They're not scheduled yet. Yeah,
it's in March, isn't it? It's in March.
We have 2 games Europa League in March. Yes,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we've got 2 games in March.
Oh yeah, you got there's 8 games there. You got
you've got FA Cup. You've got FA Cup as well. Don't forget.
It's in there. That's
the Fulham game, is it? Yeah, sorry, it's the Fulham game. Yeah.
Yeah, so marathon it's not a sprint, game at a time.
Yeah, well, you got to set the tone. You got to set the tone with Tottenham.
Yes.
Well, let's be frank and be honest. We are not going to get past 60 points this season.
Nah.
No
chance. No chance.
Well, then again, you say that. But if you said we got to get past those 5 games out of those whatever, and there's FA Cup, then that's 129. That's 15 points.
Right, 29 points.
So yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, we're not getting past 60. No chance. This team's way too crap.
Because we finished on 60, we finished on 59, so we've only scraped that. So yeah, we are on course for our lowest points tally ever.
Can we finish on a plus goal difference? That'd be
No,
cool.
probably not.
Not a chance.
I
Not a
know.
chance.
But it'd be all right if we could.
Yeah, I don't think we'll reach 50 points, to be honest, when you look at it, because we are too inconsistent. We can't string together a run of games. That's our
We'll
biggest
get near
problem.
50, then we'll drop off again.
Yeah. I did the calculations around New Year's, and I think I ended on 49 points.
So how many games we got left?
Yeah.
13, is it? Something
Yeah.
like that. So that's 42 points all in total on offer. So 42 points with 29. You're definitely looking at under 60 points, definitely.
Yeah.
That's such a shame, isn't it?
Stu, I want to go to the Q&A. So guys, girls, you watching, get your questions in. But I have a question for the panel. We all talked about the striker, and we know that we are going to sign a striker this summer. We can't go without signing a striker. So my question is should we send Højlund on loan next season for a seasonal loan and open up a pathway for Obi Martin? Or should we keep Højlund as the second striker?
You've got to keep Højlund. I mean, it depends who you get in, but you've got to keep him. You can't send
I
him
don't know
out.
how far do you drag this? Even I'm beginning to get irritated by him, and I don't want to be, but it's been picked up on in the last few weeks.
I wouldn't loan him.
18 months, I've backed that guy. December, I'm finished with him. I don't. He's 22 years of age. Nah, I'm done. Nah, loan him or get rid of him. Don't want to work with him at all. I don't think he's all that. He's just not good. You know what? He's just not a good footballer in general. That's it, and that's my issue.
I wouldn't get rid of him, but I'll loan him out for the season. Definitely.
Like, even Cheeto, I don't really want him in. I'll loan him as well. You're not going to get rid of one of them. So if you're going to get rid of one of them, that means Xerxes going to stay. I'd rather have a different kind of profile on the team rather than the same kind of player. Yeah.
Get Harry Kane in. Then them others can learn off him.
No, but I don't think Højlund's going to learn. I think his IQ's stupid. I'm going to be honest. You get better naturally. You naturally get better when you get older. He's naturally not getting better. He suits another. I think he just suits another league. That's it. I think he suits another league where you can turn.
I mean, would you swap him? Would you swap him for the Sport? You can do a swap with the Sporting Lisbon lad.
I don't think Sporting would rate him.
No, they won't swap him.
Yeah, I don't think they would rate him. I'll be honest.
My biggest issue when it comes to Højlund, I think, is too weak when it comes to the physicality. I think the Premier League is too powerful for him. And he's a player he don't have the technique, he don't have the finesse, so he relies on his strength. But you see Anderson at Fulham, other centre backs, even Kas at Leicester bullies him. And that's his biggest problem. He's not strong enough for the Premier League, in my opinion.
He's got no balance. Balance is the biggest attribute, and he doesn't have balance. I've seen Ahmad hang off of Gabriel to push him away. It's like, and look at the size of him. I saw Hazard do it. I've seen it's always to do with how good your balance is, and he ain't got the finesse. He's not. I don't care if he's young. Yeah, he shouldn't be at that age. Shouldn't be leading the United line unless you're that good. Really, you need proper experience. Xerxes is a better player than him. We do better when he's in a side, anyways. So, yeah, I'd rather that. I'll be real. I don't want no Liam Delap. I don't want none of these guys. I don't want potential. I want proven. Who's the one of the better number 9s you can get? Who's got goals in them? If they don't work, chop and change the next year.
Yeah,
but it can't be as bad as that.
Yeah, I would rather sell Højlund and keep Garnacho if it came to that. No, definitely.
I'll get rid of him as well.
Yeah. Get your questions in, guys. We will do the Q&A jingle. So see you in 1 second. Yes.
Oh, hold on. I'll do it. There you go. Yes. Welcome to the Q&A section of the show. We don't have many questions.
Yes,
yet,
lots of
guys.
questions coming in.
So get them in. We've got a couple of. Let's see what we've got. We've got a couple of statements coming in from Gamer TV. We'll look at those at the end. So let's kick off with, and I've got to make sure we don't get last week's questions. So we'll start off with this one from Mick Ruby. Mick, hope you're well, mate. Hope you're watching. Jarvis, question: did Jose Mourinho sign Dalot to be the defensive RB? His profile suited that. But he signed him for his system, remember, which was more a defensive system.
Yeah, he did.
You did get him, and he was still crap back then.
Exactly. We got him. Who else did we get that summer? I mean, we got a goalkeeper from Stoke City, and that was it.
We got Butland, didn't we, that season? Yeah.
Yeah, he signed Dalot, and it cost Mourinho his job.
Yeah, Mourinho was in his standard third-year stint by then, wasn't he? You know, he was bored. You know what he's like. Mick, and that's your question. Guys, how will Mason Mount be judged? Kas, we'll start with you on that one, mate.
He's already judged. You're injured again for your second full season. You're done. You're finished. You're crap. You're just another Luke Shaw, but even Luke Shaw's more fit than him.
Yeah,
that says a lot.
The only way it turns around now if he stays injury-free, plays some game time, scores some goals between now and the end of the season, contributes, maybe gets a goal in an important game, and has a positive season. That's the only way he's going to be remembered for this season.
Loan him out. Another one that needs to get loaned out next season. I'd rather a youngster come in and take that space. There's a lot of upcoming talent.
Agreed.
Jarvis?
Yes. I don't know. I haven't seen enough from Mason Mount. You know, he's always get injured, so it's hard to judge him in a way, but I can judge him on not staying fit. So, yeah, he gets an F for that. But as a player, I rate him. I think he's good. I think he suits this system if he gets fit. I love his off-the-ball movements, his third-man runs. I love how he opens up space for others. And I think we need unselfish players like that in our team because we have too many individuals who like to create for themselves. And you could even see it in last game when you saw Højlund on the Garnacho, the big chance from Garnacho when he took the shot himself, not passing it, crossing it to Højlund. The frustration from Højlund not getting that goal. And I think we need a player like Mason Mount. So I will hold my judgment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Madhouse, great question as always. Naz is back in, Andy. He says, if you had to pick one, would you rather win the Europa League and get into the UCL, Champions League, or win the FA Cup and tie Arsenal for the most trophies in the tournament? Okay, that's quite interesting.
Nah, forget the Arsenal thing. Right, I think can we all unanimously say Europa? Are we really in a position to be in a way where we should be having some mediocre battle because for Arsenal and tie trophies? We need to think about ourselves. We need to think about ourselves. No?
The FA Cup means a lot. And
I love the FA Cup. I do, yeah.
The way we won it, I still have doubts. Were we that good, or were Man City that hungover? The semi-final with Coventry, the quarter-final with Liverpool. Your name was on the trophy this year. We are the holders. I was thinking this today. It was the last team who won back-to-back FA Cups, and I think that was Arsenal 20 odd years ago.
Yeah,
it was.
Right.
It was up to 02, 03, 04.
Yeah, something like that, was it?
And we lost the final in 05 to Arsenal.
Wait,
so I would love to win the FA Cup.
We beat Millwall in the FA Cup final. What year? We beat Millwall 3-0 in the FA Cup final. I was there. It was at the Millennium Stadium.
But 2005, we lost it to Arsenal. So that's a nice competition to, like say, win that and equal it, but also the Europa League. I'd rather just take both. Sod that.
Yeah, you'd rather have both. Yeah,
I'd rather have both. Then you're like, what have you done?
You never know.
What have you done?
Well, you might win, they
what
might
have you done, Arsenal? What have you done? Well, we've got trophy, tin pot.
It's all about trophies. Now, so that answers your question, mate. Yola Malmeen, this will be for Jarvis. Thoughts about Casemiro leaving for Flamengo when our squad is down for the bare bones?
Yeah, I think it's a wise choice because we're not playing him anyhow. So
good move.
Get rid, and I think he he's sitting on the bench, costing us 400k a week.
Well, let's face it, he plays with one leg anyway, so it'll suit
That's a
him
good
for,
move.
for some
Yeah.
flamingos, won't it?
Yeah.
It's
And-
a
and
good move for Flamengo. Haven't they just signed, or is it Santos that Neymar went to?
Yeah, Santos.
Santos. Yeah.
How can they
I'm
afford
telling
him?
you now, that Sekou Kone that we bought, he is shit hot.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
shit hot.
he's
He's so
superb.
good. He
Yeah.
could do that kid. I don't know what you want him in first phase or driving up the pitch. He's basically
We got him for, what was he, 7 million quid? We got him for
Is this the lad from Uruguay, the Uruguayan lad?
Nah.
Leon. Kone, we got in the summer.
You're speaking of Diego Leon from Paraguay. He's the left
Yeah.
wing back. Sekou Kone,
That's
I
what
think.
they-
Where's he from? Is he Senegalese or?
He's Senegalese. Yeah, we got him. He's 17.
He's
unbelievable.
No, we got him for like $1 million. He's really
We got
good.
him for fuck all. Yeah,
He's
a
really.
brilliant player.
He's one of those where he says, you know, when like Caicedo, we didn't pay the 4 or 5 million for him. It's a
Yeah.
bit. It reminds me a little bit like that.
He's
Oh,
in
he's
that.
from Mali.
Yeah,
He's from Mali. Is it from Mali? Okay.
Mm.
He's really good. Like he had a little. He picked up an injury. He come back and he's absolutely ripping the pieces. Who was midfield? Was it recently? Was it Tottenham's or?
we beat Liverpool. We beat Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah. He
Yeah.
absolutely ripped them to pieces.
Yeah,
He's-
we beat Liverpool just recently, a couple of days ago. Yalla Mummy, I hope that answers your question. I'm with Jarvis on that one. I think he goes. We just
How much would you take for Bruno? I'll take 20 million for him, mate.
Oh, is this the question? Right. This is for you then, Kas. Question: how much would we take for Bruno to move on as the team needs to go? I'm talking 50 mil all day. He's not worth 50 mil.
You're lucky 20 to
Yeah.
25 million. That's it.
Only place he'll go is Saudi, maybe. That's the only thing I'll take him for a bit more money. But even then, it's just
Saudi. Agreed.
Spanish league,
That's it.
maybe Spanish league somewhere. Spanish team, you don't know who.
No, I think Bruno goes to Saudi. I agree with Cass on that one. Jarvis?
Yeah. I'm not sure if we are at the stage where we can sell Bruno because we don't have a good enough replacement. I think he brings more than we as fans understand, and I think he gets a lot of stick undeservedly. I'm with Cass when he said I would try Bruno in the 9, for example. I think that could work, but I don't see him working as a number 8. I would see him in the number 10 or the 9 role for sure. Because as a number 8, he's too weak. He's too weak defensively, and he exposes our team. So I don't like what I see now at the minute. But yeah, I would move him a little bit higher up the pitch and maybe wait one more season and try to get at least some money, 20 million. That will be okay.
Yeah, we've got to 100% get him higher up the pitch. I totally agree. Feed Khabib. Got to be the UFC fighter he's talking about, I'm guessing. I hope that answers your question, pal. Lovely Lola, question for me. Marco Merrick, Terry Lee, or yours truly? I don't know that song, Lovely Lola, too well. So what I'll do, I'll listen to it on YouTube, and we'll be doing a show later on in the week, so I'll talk about it then. But thank you for the question. Rob Taff, this is for the panel. Not really sure what he's talking about. So, but anyway, I'll ask the question. If the panel could put 3 current players into the team, who would they be? That's what I'm struggling with.
Are we talking transfers from other sides?
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure. Maybe, Rob Taff, could you just clarify the question, if you don't mind, pal? And we'll revisit that one. Because I'm quite sure on that one. Right, guys. Madhouse is back. Now, this is an interesting one. A really good question.
I've got 2 in. Wait, I've got 1 in mind.
So, which goalkeeper would you bring in to replace Onana? We'll start with Jarvis, and we'll finish with you, Cass.
Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about the guys from Portugal, Italy. What's their name? I can't even remember.
Suzuki?
He's the young Japanese.
The Japanese guy. But for me, I think the best goalkeeper in the world is Oblak, Jan Oblak.
Oh, yeah.
By far, he's the best. So if we get a goalkeeper like him, we will have a stable goalkeeper who will be there. It will be like signing when we signed. Remember when we signed Van der Sar from Fulham? He was older.
Now be realistic.
He was but he was older. He was better, but everybody thought he was over the hill. But he came in and he was so good, bringing so much to the team. So I would sign a player like Jan Oblak. He would be my favorite goalkeeper to bring in.
Andy?
I'm not really on the keeper's side at the moment. I will stick with our Turkish lad as backup for me for next season because I trust him more. Good shot stopper, doesn't have calamity moments. But I would definitely have a spare a new keeper in the summer. I just can't think of anybody off the top of my head. But I would keep the Turkish lad for next season because he's proved his point this season when he's played.
Yeah.
My one would be bring him back. We should never have sold him in the first place. Got a buyback clause in him. Mate Kova went to Leverkusen.
He did.
Bring him back. Better with his feet than Anana. And he's got better goalkeeper than him in general. And he will cost us nothing.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. That is. I quite like the Forest keeper Sells. I like him. I think he's got the attributes we would need. He's quite young. Good shot stopper, decent with his feet, not great in the air, doesn't catch brilliantly or punch brilliantly, but I like Sells. I think he's been instrumental with the way that Forest play from the back, and he's a really good shot stopper, so I like him. It's good that we got 4 different keepers though, but Kovar's an interesting one for me. And All Black, we should have had him, I don't know, 6 years ago, shouldn't we? All Black. Andy thinks Mike Mannion. We'll go for Mannion for you, Andy.
Yeah.
He's a very good keeper, by the way, pal. Very good keeper. Question from lovely Lola for Jarvis. She's obviously a Har fan.
Mhm.
Have you ever met a member of a Har, Morton Harkett, Paul Wachter, or Mags, as we used to call him? We used to call him Mags.
Magne Fudholmen.
We couldn't pronounce his name in the UK, so we called him Mags. He had that term, if you remember. I had my hair like Morton Harkett years ago. Luckily, I don't have a picture, but there you go. What a band. They were an 80s band, lads.
That's the good thing, living, growing up in the 70s and the 80s. We didn't have the phones and all those pictures, so it never happened in a way.
Yes, thank God for them.
Wait,
I never.
You grew up in the 70s?
I did.
I was born in the
I grew up in the 80s, mate. I had no internet. I had 4 TV channels, one Space Invader computer game, and a football.
Space Invaders.
Oh.
I had the little television game, the 2 little lines and the
tennis.
Tetris.
No, God, no.
No,
We
mate. You had a puppet. You had a puppet.
On the TV screen, one line here, about that big, one line the other side.
Oh, what? The one that's just literally just like table tennis or something.
Yeah,
Tetris is addictive. I'll say that.
Tetris is. I used to play that with my mum all the time.
Mario Kart as well at the same time. Tetris and Mario Kart.
Did you have Subutio? Remember?
Yes, of course I did. I had Super Striker as well. I had Super Striker where you had to hit the bloke on the head.
Tap the head.
The ball. Yeah, they were brilliant. We had.
Yes, have you ever heard about Subutio?
Yeah, I had the whole board. I remember the more the modern version where you had to actually had the sticks of the stadium and that, so you could actually stay in place.
Yeah.
Subutio turned into plastic, and every time you flick the plastic, it hurt my fingernail.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah. No, it was good.
Well, let's answer the question. No, I haven't met any of them, but I would love to.
I didn't grow up with phones. That wasn't my era. I used to actually go out and actually have fun and with water bombs and water guns.
Yeah,
play football in a cage. I used to make if anyone had woodlands around them, we used to make camps.
Make a den.
Tell you what, we didn't have cages.
Last week. Was it on TikTok? There was these kids in America. They're making a den, and it's gone viral. They're making this den, and somebody grassed them up, and they've had to dismantle it. Some killjoy, and everybody was relating to it to being a kid again. Oh, it's like exploring, making a den, being young again, and some killjoy Karen stopped it, and they got.
Does anyone remember like 40 home? So you count to 40, and then you have to go. Everyone runs away. There's a certain home that you have to get to, and you know what I mean. You're getting chased by one of your friends, and
knock a door run.
We used to call it knockdown ginger, and I don't know what reference that meant, but it was just knockdown ginger.
Is that Angry Ginge?
I don't know that.
Probably knockdown Angry Ginger, isn't it?
Question from Lucky Singh. Good question as well, because I quite like Wisa.
Yes,
I
in a
don't mind him.
heartbeat. In a
Yeah, I
heartbeat.
don't mind him.
You know, you get
like
people, oh, look at his age. He's about 28, 29. So what? He's a complete footballer. I love him.
Yeah.
I think if you want to get a proper backup striker that can actually play in all three positions, there you go.
brilliant player,
Push that
Wisa.
much.
Brilliant player.
Proper player.
And I'm Buani as well. Both of those two for Brentford.
And Burma, yeah. And Burma's wicked.
Yeah, very, very good. But it's got to be Jarvis's. Got to be Jared Bowen, honey Jarvis.
Yeah, Jared Bowen, his quality.
Another
Yeah, well,
unrealistic signing, Jarvis, yeah.
It is, unfortunately.
I know.
We can't afford him. Trev's come in with a question. I dread to think what this is. Oh, it's a good one. Would Ten Hag have had us further up the table now if they'd stuck by him? These are all his players, remember, except for Dorgu, who's just arrived. It's a good question.
We lost to West Ham 3-1.
We did.
Well, we should have won that game.
We should have.
So many chances, and
Yeah.
the referee.
Diego Dalot should have been charged with criminal negligence for that miss.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to lie. That's the only reason why he's going to go down for me as a cult hero.
What for them?
What, Dalot?
Yeah, for missing that chance, I loved it. I wanted this man sacked. I
Terrible.
wanted him out. I was done. I was so emotionally checked out. It's
Yeah, I agree. And on
You-
that
you-
day,
you
I
don't-
didn't
you know-
bother- I didn't watch it. I walked the dog instead.
You know when
Interesting.
they say you never should want your team to lose and stuff. I was at that point. I was like, I want to lose. I just want to lose. Get him gone. I've had enough.
Well, you got
Yes.
everyone's phone went mad on a Monday, didn't they? So yeah, it
Yes.
went mad on the next day.
So Rob
Cass, you were one of the last ones to cave when it came to Ten Hag.
No, so last his second season, I waited till about January and I was like, I'm out, I'm done. And then Ineos decided to obviously do what they did. And I thought, you know what? They're giving them some players and whatnot and see what. I said, I'll give them a second chance. I lost to Liverpool or we lost to Liverpool 3-0. I'm done. I gave you three home games or whatever it was. I'm out. I tried.
It was
I
the
tried.
Tottenham game for me.
I tried.
The Tottenham game. He's like, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Oh, mate, no. The Tottenham performance, no. And he just brushes it aside. I sweep it under the carpet. It didn't happen. No, mate, not having it.
Yeah. Right then, Rob Taff has come back and he has stipulated it's players from other teams.
That's easy.
Three players.
I will give you my three. Mine was Cunha. Mine was Kirkeres, because I think him from
Kirkers.
Kirkeres, yeah, from Bournemouth, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, I wanted Isak, obviously up front. So
Isak,
those
yeah.
are my three. Very easy for me, that one. Jarvis. Well, you've got to go Jared Bowen, so you've only got two to go. You have to go.
Well, I have to stick with Bowen now.
You do. You've got no choice.
Well, I like the Bournemouth centre back, the young Spanish guy, Dutch with the Dutch name. What's his name again?
Bournemouth centre.
Remember his name? Well, I rate him 19
Anyway,
years old.
yeah, the Bournemouth centre half, yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. And well, on top of my mind, I can't think of anyone.
You like Ike Nori?
Ike Nori, yeah.
Always good player.
Yeah, you like Ike Nori. Yeah.
Yeah, but I rate Kirk is higher. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Andy?
I'm sorry, mate. I'm tired. I've mentally checked out today. I've been.
Don't worry. We haven't got many questions left, so just hang in.
Yeah, I meant when you're working on nights, and it's like, I'm sorry. My mind's going back to the London nod. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Cass. We've only got a few.
Realistically, I'm getting Edison from Atalanta, the centre mid. I'm getting Cunha and I'm getting Jokeres. That's my three.
Oh, that's okay, mate. Yeah, good.
Easy.
No, Cunha's a player and a half, though, isn't he? Jesus.
60 million release clause. We better be all over that.
Yeah. Rob Taff, I hope that answers your question. Let me just go up here. Trev, you've already.
By the way, this is the name of the centre back.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Apparently, Real Madrid won him, and he's got a release clause that's absolutely cheap.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very quick question for you, Cass. This is from lovely Lola. She says, "Pool or snooker?"
Neither. Don't like it.
There you go. Right. Yolam Amin has come in with a question. Who will you sell in the summer to build the squad along with Rashford? Mine or Garnacho, one needs to go for the future of the squad. Now, I went on record in the summer, didn't I, Jarvis? And I would have sold Bruno where we would have got top whack for him. So that still stays with me. I would move Bruno on.
It says mine or Garnacho.
I know, yeah.
Garnacho on a heartbeat, not a good footballer either. Get rid of him.
Yeah, I rate Kobe, and I like Kobe, so Garnacho.
60 million. That if you get that, run away with it.
Jarvis?
Well, it's an interesting question. You know, how can we get the best out of Mainu in this Amorim system? And for me, I don't quite see how we are going to utilize Mainu in the best at his best.
I do. You got to get legs around him. You get a Cunha or Edison and have like someone like a guard.
But do you see him as a 10?
I do, yeah. On the right hand side, especially. I think he's better suited to the right than the left because he loves to cut in too much. But I don't mind either or. I think he'll be good, but I think next season we'll really see if Mainu's got the minerals or not.
But do you think it's second season syndrome with Mainu?
You know what it is? I think all players are crap this season, so they're all bound to fail. So even Garnacho will give him a little bit of a leeway but I don't think he's a 10. So I think Mainu's better up front. I just think he needs legs around him. A little bit like Bruno, he needs legs around him.
I think Ugate's getting a little bit weary as well. He stunk the place out on Friday.
Yeah.
Because we're doing 10 hard with him.
He needs a rest.
Yeah,
he's been rested. He's actually been rested though. When you look at it, we're close to 10 Hag's midfield. He's drowning in there when he plays with Bruno. He's got to do everything.
We pointed this out, didn't we, on Thursday night?
Maybe start using Ericsson a bit more as well.
I'd rather him in the 10.
Right, I think that's answered your question. Trev's in with a rinse of Jarvis. Obviously, you got to be rinsed at least once, haven't you, Jarvis? Stu, can you verify that Jarvis's handicap in golf is less than 69, or does he include Tiger Woods' PS5 gameplay as his actual score?
69, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Jarvis is actually playing off an 8 at the moment. He's that good. Keep it quiet, Jarvis. Well, you can send me that money over.
Obviously, yeah.
Don't do golf.
Trev's coming with a very good, serious question as well, actually. If you had a choice to sign one player all over again from these three players, who would you choose? Keane, Robson, or Cantona? I think me and Andy probably lean towards the same, but I'd love to know what Kas and Jarvis think. It's a tough one, isn't it, for me and Andy? This
for me, at the moment, at the current squad, I think I would go for Cantona. King Eric.
Yeah, ball carrier, bit of class, clutch, need it all in it. I wouldn't mind Roy King getting stuck in, though, I'm not going to lie. We need a leader.
Yeah.
But then again, he'll get sent off, and then who have you got?
It's an easy one for me. It's an easy one for me.
It's got to be Cantona.
Yeah. I agree. Cantona.
Yeah, I'm Brian Robson.
All the way.
Robbo leader. Then that Roy Keane became the leader. Took the mantle off Robbo.
Robbo.
Would you play him in the 10?
Robbo, 8.
Yeah.
All day long.
Play him in 8.
8. Robbo.
He was a goal scorer. He could score goals.
Robbo was that good. He'd sit in there as a 6 when needed. Brilliant as an 8 because he'd drag you forward, and he could score goals as a 10.
Bit like Mason Mount. Robbo got injured a lot, but he still carried on playing. Well, this is what Mason Mount needs to do, unless we could get rid of him. Robbo. I
understand the Cantona. I do. I get it. I really, really do. But Robbo, for me, was just what a player.
From someone called Ahmad is free from 10 haram, and someone saying Brian Robson, I wouldn't count you to be about 50 years old. In that profile. No, but that name there doesn't scream 50 years old.
No,
I'll be very surprised. So, how do you watch Brian Robson? I wonder.
He was just
YouTube.
This world.
You can do all YouTube up you want, but you wouldn't choose it.
Sunbed, Clayton Blackmore, the Sunbed King, as my dad.
Wasn't he just Clayton?
Sunbed. Spent more time on the Sunbed than he did playing in the United squad.
He had that hair, didn't he? He had that hair, but Robbo was the type of player. I mean, Jesus fuck, he used to
Played for
dominate.
Wales, did he? Clayton Blackmore, didn't he? He was Welsh, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Robbo got to Anfield back in the day, and fuck me, you just.
The issue is you can't find many YouTube clips on like all that stuff.
No, you can't.
You watch Match of the Day from the 80s, mate. It's all there. I've watched it through mid-80s.
But don't forget that, Andy. We've seen him live. We, scalp tickets back then. Kas, you could scalp tickets. You see, back in the 80s, you could go to Liverpool on match day against United, wearing your fucking shirt, stand in the cop, which I've done on more than one occasion. But you've scalped a ticket. It's fucking amazing, wasn't it, Andy? It was just
My dad stood on the cop in the 60s and 70s.
How you do it, mate?
He stood like in away ends as well back in the day, and there was no retribution back then. But now, you go in the city end, you're asking for trouble.
Hillsborough, that unfortunate issue at Hillsborough changed the face of football in terms of ticketing and what fans were allowed to do and what they weren't allowed to do. It was very, very sad. Sad. We were lucky. We've seen some great players, haven't we, Andy? Live, some great players.
Modern day fans now, it'd be like Saeed going in the city end. Saeed next to Big Steve, Saeed couldn't keep quiet.
You don't see the likes of Stevie Mack and Norman Whiteside absolutely clashing like bulls anymore. Those days are just got such a shame.
Football has changed. It's more.
I hate it's tourist. It's
touristic. Yeah,
it's tourist. I can't stand it. I don't mind the tourists and all that, but it's just like there should be certain allocations, in my opinion, like for people. Just
we're getting wiped out by the day trippers. Nothing against them, but because we don't want to spend £200-300 a game, we just buy our tickets.
Whereas they don't care to spend it. Just one last question, then, guys. If City gets away with murder, 4 Prem clubs have filed a lawsuit for payout. Man United is one of them. We're taking millions. Would you take that money or see City be relegated? Devil's advocate question.
I would take the millions. I don't care if they get relegated or not. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't give a toss.
I think people are fed up. I agree. I think people are fed up with it now. I don't think people care.
This has got to be put to bed. And even then, this will drag on if they're proven guilty and appeal, kick the can down the road. We're sick to the back teeth of it.
Yeah, they'll just appeal everything. I think potentially they've got a transfer ban coming in, hence this big spree. But what do I know?
This is not the players' fault. This is the people upstairs who've caused this.
Yeah, it is.
Well, the Premier League wasn't so flipping corrupt, man. We wouldn't have this. It's Premier League that's corrupt.
Oh, yeah. This season will be remembered. Football will go one way this season. It'll go the wrong way or the right way. So if City are innocent, everybody will go mad. And if City are guilty, at the last 10 years of the Premier League has absolutely been.
The trouble is, Andy, is you can't be guilty with 115 charges. It's virtually impossible to be guilty because if they are,
have you seen a lot of the charges? Shit, like cut the grass by 2 centimeters too short and shit. It's bollocks. A lot of them, 95% of those charges are bollocks.
But if you are a high level solicitor, barrister, lawyer, whatever you want to call it, whoever's looking at this, in the Premier League gets stiffed over this. Premier League's over. It's done. It's finished. It's gone.
I watch non-league football if that happens. If
I know. Well,
they're guilty and get away with it, if they just pay a fine and that's it, I'm done. I'm done with modern day football. I watch non-league and lower league football.
If you're living in anywhere near Oldham, Andy Tate will be there on Wednesday evening. Is it, Andy?
Yeah, I'm there tomorrow watching Latics.
Tomorrow.
Wanting promotion. Got to catch Barnett, man.
Go and say hello to him. Guys, there's been tons of you watching, about 180, 187, something along that, most of the evening. So thanks for that. Make sure you like and subscribe. We must please support Jarvis and myself, Andy, Kas, whoever comes onto our show, please support us. We want this channel to grow.
Nice meeting, Kas. It's the first time I've ever met, so big up, mate.
No, it isn't. We met a few times at Old Trafford. He just won't remember my face.
There's that many people.
I know.
I saw Andy up there. I couldn't get to say hello to him a few weeks ago. He's too busy signing autographs. His mate and that.
I'm always outside near the hot dog stand with Adam and the rest of them lot. Sometimes.
I've met you, mate. Yeah. It's just like everybody's like just coming in. You're like, what? Higher. I had some guy at Crystal Palace from New York, Brooklyn, and he wanted a picture, and he was Jewish,
mate.
And that's mad. That come up, and he wanted pictures of all the YouTubers, and he said, yeah. And he's going back to Brooklyn. Then the next game at the Munich Memorial, his friend came up to me and went, "We seen your picture." He went around our WhatsApp, around the social, around the local community, and it was mad. Everyone talking about me from New York all the way to Manchester. It absolutely mad.
Do you still talk with the full-time Devil lot?
Oh yeah, I'm still with the Devils, with the Devil crew. Yeah, no McCall.
Yeah, I used to love that channel, man.
McCall,
back in the day,
now.
2014 to like 16, 17, before it obviously went
to
fan
cams now. We'll stop doing it. So
I don't blame you. I don't blame you because they're bollocks.
Yeah. You're average. Just do it. Go watch the game. Straight to the studio. You know what I mean? You know, for an hour, you're absolutely wired, or you're chuffed, or you're buzzing. Then it's that come down. It's like
tell Steve to get some of his own opinions. Doesn't have to agree with Rio with everything. Everything I watch. I don't mind. I know Steve don't have a great rep across a lot of fans, but I quite like him. To be fair,
I like Steve. He owns it. So he is. He's a top guy. He's doing a paddock. He's doing his own football team. He's doing really well.
I watch it. Him and with Ronaldo, isn't it? Ronaldo as well. Ronaldo Brown.
Yeah, Ronaldo Brown. But yeah, he's got his own football team and they're doing well up near the league. And they're trying to get promoted in the Manchester League.
What's that? The paddock?
Yeah.
Man said, I'm gonna. If I was,
I know Jay Motta. I'm constantly chat to him every day. I know Joe Smith.
You're not talking about Talk Sport, Notty.
Them two are a pair.
Well, Jay's on Talk Sport most of every week now, isn't he?
I would never go anywhere near Talk Sport.
Yeah, Jay is. I heard him a couple of times. So, guys, thank you very much for the show. Jarvis is going to say goodnight, and thank you all once again for liking and subscribing to the channel.
It's been a lovely panel tonight. I'm glad that Kas and Andy had the time to join us. You know, and a lot of people watching. We had about 200 people at the most. We are on 70 likes, so if you haven't liked, please smash the like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We recently, yesterday, we passed 500 subscribers, so we are on our way to monetization, and I applied for that, and YouTube will. I don't know. It takes 2-3 weeks, something, and
3 weeks, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we can do memberships when we get monetized.
Yeah. So it's a good thing, and then we are growing slowly but steadily. So it will be nice.
You might be able to do memberships now. 500, I think it's subs, and I think it's 3,000 hours. So
yes, we have that. So but it takes a little bit of time. You have to apply to YouTube, so it's just the way it is. So let's just wait and see. But I will tell you when we are ready and are monetized. So it will be nice. Next week, was it the 20th? Keith Hackett will be on.
Yes, so we got Keith Hackett on Thursday, so tune in. So me and Jarvis tend to do a Thursday show anyway. We'll look forward to the weekend. But what we'll do, if you've got any questions between now and the 20th, ping them into Jarvis or myself, and then we'll anything you want to know about refereeing. One of the things we want to know, and we're going to ask him, is what's a typical day like for a referee, what he does when he gets to the stadium, when he talks to the managers, when he gets out on the pitch, that type of thing, the training that he does. So we're going to do a kind of day in the life of Keith, plus anything that's topical.
I want to ask him about Maradona.
And we want to ask him about Diego, yes, because he's refereed Maradona. And, he's refereed the greats. I mean, crikey, he had a great time last time he was on. He couldn't wait to come back, could he? To be honest. So we're very, very fortunate to get Keith. We're the only channel that we've had.
He's been going viral a little bit on my Twitter. A lot of his takes, especially recently with
yes,
Pete. with the handball of what's it called, Chelsea game and whatnot. It's funny because you think you bring these people back into the fold maybe for, well, you know, Howard Webb, you know, big up.
We think he should come back in. Absolutely. I mean, what he did for the PGML at that particular time, and how it's just got worse and worse. It's just a very quick one. I liked my favourite album, Lola, is The Hurting. Absolutely superb by Tears for Fears. That brilliant album.
Tears for Fears. Yeah, nice. So thank you, Trevor Wade, Rob Taft, Lovely Lola, all the questions, Andrew Ellis, Yal Malmin, all of you guys tuning in. It's been great. The Mustard, Rob Taft, I said your name, Lucky Singh, and Madhouse. You know the legends of the channel. I'm so happy that you tune in every Monday night, 9 p.m. Next show will be most likely Wednesday, 9 p.m. I will do a quick show or whatever. It's the topic. I don't know. Stu won't join me, so
I can't Wednesday. I don't want to publicise it, but there's a certain milestone day that day, so I won't be able to.
All right.
I'll be kicking a football, and I'm being taken out for.
Oh yeah, I just want to say
this is an early milestone present.
Say tomorrow, Manchester will have a send off for Dennis Law, the King.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, it's tomorrow, is it? I didn't realise. Oh, and he
much respect to Dennis Law and his family. God rest him.
But we can do. I'll be around Friday for a preview of the Spurs.
We will do a Spurs preview on Friday. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. We will see you on the next one. Have a good one. Subscribe to Kas's new channel. Subscribe to Tactical Devils and all that. Yes. See you on the next one. Have a good night. Bye bye.